What's up, y'all? Tune in, come through. What's up, Sam? Let me what's up? What's going on? I don't know why TikTok filters certain comments, but it's whatever. Like they're not even offensive. What's up, OG? Yeah. What's up, Venus? Tap the live, tap the live. Pingo. Booga booga. What the hell is that video? What the hell is that song you sent me? Yo, like what the fuck is that? That's proof I'm West African. Ooga booga. You see, I got the bronze on my neck. Got the bronze on my neck. You feel me? Got some bronze on my neck. Go live. Bronze bust down. Period. Did you watch Backlash? Yeah, you know I'm a wrestler. Yeah, I watched it. It was all right. Backlash was all right. It was all right. I missed the first match, but it was all right. It wasn't bad. The main event was overbooked. I say the main event was definitely overbooked. But they had to do that because both the niggas old as shit. No, and that match wasn't gonna be good anyway. But yeah, Randy Orton being slow as hell, methodical pace, and John Cena's old, so and rusty. But yeah, it was all right for sure. But yeah, I missed that. Yeah, I missed that match. But everything else, Lara Becky was good. Um, I like Gunther, Pat McAfee. What's the match before that? Oh my God, I'm blanking about the other match. Oh, Dom and Penta. That was cool. What's up, Potty? How you doing? No black wrestler holds a champion. Oh, you watch wrestling too, Big Mac? What the hell? I mean, the New Day. Yeah, Penta is. Shout out to Penta. But yeah, who did? Somebody commented. What's Rodney Blake?
What up, big dog? What up?
What's up?
Man, I was on your live yesterday, man. and
Mm-hmm.
and I noticed, man, people got a problem with foundational black Americans.
Mm-hmm.
Because I noticed soon as I mentioned a matter of fact, soon as she saw FBA, it's almost like she had a visceral reaction.
Mm-hmm.
And if she wanna claim she's something else, Indian or whatever, that's what she wanna claim. You know? Like I think like Africans are African. We don't got no problem with that. The Caribbeans are Caribbeans. We don't got no problem with that. But now, since we want to delineate
Mm-hmm.
and let everybody hold their own nuts as a foundational Black American, people got problems with that.
Mm.
And
Interesting.
I find that crazy. And like we fighting for something right now. We fighting for reparation. We fighting for the 40
Mm-hmm.
acres.
Right.
I found it crazy that that they were saying those things on this platform.
I'll be about it.
Like I don't got
I
no
mean,
problem with them being Indians.
mm-hmm.
Claiming the Indians, that's what they want to claim.
For sure.
And I think that's the biggest thing, man. Why people getting mad because foundational Black Americans, we delineating because we are our own group. They can't
Mm-hmm.
tether on to us no more. And I think that's the scary part.
Mm-hmm.
So once Trump and it's going to happen because I'm seeing it. I'm seeing it happen. Like with just the immigration, they taking them left and right, especially these Mexicans and Africans out here where I'm at in Mississippi on the Gulf Coast. They snatching them up out of here. And we not talking for them. Back then, we would have been fighting for them, but we not talking for them. It's hold your own nuts. Like we trying to get ours, and we ain't,
Mm-hmm.
and nothing else. So I really don't see the problem. I don't, it is what it is.
Yeah, I ain't got no issue with no FBA. I'll just leave it at that. When am I gonna call it the New Day Tribal Chief? I don't know. I'm gonna call them on you, Big Back. It might throw some pancakes at you. But yeah, what's up, Aubrey?
Man, not much, not much. Yeah, just answer the prompt. Black Americans, West Central Africans. Definitely by lineage, but we talking about like hundreds of years ago. So are we related? We have common ancestors, I would say, but if we talking about today, we've been in America for hundreds of years, and
Ugh.
I mean, we're a whole nother ethnic group. So it's like,
Uh-huh.
are we West Central Africans? What good does it do us to be West Central
What's
Africans?
up, Tay?
It's like we don't have no family, we don't have no nothing in Africa. But I mean, should we unite or like be politically aligned with them? I think so,
Bro,
economically.
that's their fight is not our fight, bro.
But that to me, that doesn't make sense, right? I once thought like that, but when you look at our history, right, and we
Okay,
like,
Aubrey, how do they benefit us? How do
but,
Africans benefit us?
but that's the thing, we're not benefiting ourselves right now. And when we get in a position to benefit ourselves, then Africa can benefit us. Look at
Bro,
all
what do you mean we not benefit ourselves? We built this country.
what are we benefiting from this country that we built?
Africans come here every day and benefit off of what our people built. So what are you talking about?
Exactly.
I mean,
That's what I'm like.
who said they did not though? So
Okay, well you're saying what do we benefit? Like Africans don't risk their lives to come over here. So what are you talking about?
what? How do those things correlate? I don't get it. I think you think I'm coming from a different perspective. That
And
I'm
then
not.
I also
No,
don't
I'm like,
understand. You're saying we have West African DNA, but then you say you don't have any family over there. So how do you know you have West African
exactly.
DNA?
That don't make no sense.
So what DNA do you have then?
Exactly. That don't make no sense.
So what DNA do you have then?
I'm asking you, how do you know?
My ancestors came from West Africa.
Yeah, but you just said you don't have family from over there. So
I said, but my ancestors, my direct ancestors came.
So we're asking you, who's your West African family? Because you just said you don't have a family from over there.
Listen to me. I said ancestors, which
Yeah, what's the first and last name of your ancestor that came from over there?
Exactly.
you would not be able to know because of why.
Man, nigga, take your tap dancing shoes off.
What do you mean because of why? I know all my ancestors. I know the first and last names of my ancestors that were on plantations. I know the first and last name ancestors of all my indigenous people, of all my European ancestors.
Okay, you
have
might
no
be
excuse.
in this.
You have no excuse.
Listen, you
So
might
if you
be.
don't know the names, how do you know they're African? I'm confused.
Because this is the thing, you might be of indigenous ancestry. Does that make me?
But I'm asking you, how do you know that they're African if you don't
But
know
then
the
you say, hey, no, don't call my name because you
What's
just
your
said I was.
background?
Wait, bro, let me talk. Shut the fuck up.
Okay,
You just said I was tapped.
Hey, relax.
Okay, I'm sorry for the
Relax,
curse.
y'all.
What's your
But listen,
background, big dog?
you just said I was tap dancing for
Bro,
who?
you tap dancing up here.
For who,
Hold
motherfucker?
on, chill. I was gonna answer the question.
For who, bro? Who am I tap dancing?
What size shoes you got if you need? I get them for you.
13, go up your ass.
I got
Man. Who am I tap dancing?
The white and black.
Who am I
Tap
tap dancing
dancing like
for?
tap dancing like goddamn Irish people, up sinners.
I'm saying it's like when somebody come on and say something you don't agree with, you automatically think I'm like a motherfucker saying, "Oh yeah, I'm all one with Africa." Blah blah. I ain't say none of that. And she jump on, get down my throat about what? Because I said we do have. So where did your genetics come
you
from?
talking crazy. Let me introduce myself. Because see, I don't think
You don't
you
gotta
really
introduce
met
yourself, bro. Give me your facts. I don't want to hear your name, none of that. Give me your facts.
My name is the Tethernator, nigga.
Oh, you one of them.
Get your mind right. I'm back. I'm back.
Listen.
Get your mind right.
No, you get your mind
right, big dog. Take your cap off. Take your cape off.
What y'all like to do, right? Y'all like to go so far to the left because I guess y'all used to be Pan-Africanists, right? Yeah, so I guess that's
I've never
what y'all.
been Pan-African.
Now you had to listen. You had to be because you wouldn't be so hurt. Cause I was never with that bullshit, so I ain't that hurt about it when the Africans
I don't like nobody coming on TikTok tap dancing around me, my nigga. I don't let them do it in real life.
But what am I tap dancing about, bro? I answered the prompt the way I felt like. Why the fuck do I gotta feel like you? We two different men. I'm from South Memphis. Where you from? Exactly. We not from the same. I don't want to hear all that, bro. We ain't from the same
Mississippi,
place.
Gulf Coast.
Man. You from where? Oh, exactly. We don't gotta be the same
Gulf
person.
Coast, Mississippi, Biloxi to be exact.
Bro, why you keep talking every time I start talking?
Where you from? South to Biloxi.
You from Biloxi?
That's what he said. Yeah.
Biloxi, Mississippi?
Is he there?
I don't know. I guess he might not. He must not be. But you talking about tap dancing because I come on
I'm right here.
All right, now where you from?
I'm from Biloxi, Mississippi.
Oh, see, I'm in Jackson right now. So tell me where are we come with this FBA? Blah, blah. And I do agree with FBA. I believe we are our own ethnicity. I don't believe we know we're an ethnic group. But why do we got to sit up here and hate other people because we're an ethnic group? So I'm tap dancing because
we ain't hating nobody.
You said what?
We just lining up behind our lineage. We just getting behind our lineage.
Getting off topic, I want to know what African ancestors you got. That's what I'm confused about.
My ancestor from Virginia. I don't know his name, but that's where it came, the slave sheets. I got Ancestry.com too, baby. You ain't the only one got access to this. Now, why do I got to go?
No, if you don't know your ancestor's name, clearly you don't.
I don't remember it, but I'm pretty sure it's somewhere in my phone. But I don't think I got to go all the way back. Because guess what? You got 2 grandparents, 4 great-grandparents, 8 great-great. By that point, you got to have fucking 64 fucking different people named. Give me 64 people named. Exactly. You only went up one fucking line and then you talking about, oh, I know my.
No, I descend from like 6 different. I descend from like 8 different tribes. Like,
oh,
yeah, I don't know what you're talking about.
Listen to me, baby. You Native American. In the South, we not.
I'm not Native American. I'm American.
You just
Indian.
fucking American tribes.
I'm American Indian, not Native American. Don't try and correct me. Don't try and correct me and put words in my mouth where I never said. I ain't no Siberian Native American. Do not call me that. I'm American Indian, like I just said. I don't need you to correct me and then talk about some we ain't Indian in the South. Well, then you ain't Southern. Because I'm a Louisiana Creole. I have ancestry from Virginia, North Carolina, Georgia, Louisiana, and Texas. So I don't know who the hell you talking about. You must not be Southern then, like you saying. You African, not Southern.
Yeah, you must be African, coming up here talking crazy. It be these slick tellers acting like they foundational Black Americans from the United States, but they really be from Africa cosplaying us. I be catching y'all tellers. You don't sound like you from Memphis, nigga.
A native is someone born somewhere. Africans are natives. Africans who are born in the USA are natives. That's what a native is. I ain't no damn native. Don't call me that. Thank you.
Oh, what's up? Is it Ami? Amy? Ami? I can't hear you.
I said, Ami, thank you for bringing me up.
Yeah, how you doing?
I'm good. How about yourself?
I'm all right. Like, what brings you up here tonight?
Oh, I just saw the topic and met some people saying some stuff. But I just want to say I'm African from West Africa.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Hold on. At Prince, you got a hot mic. Let me.
Oh, chilling.
What?
Hold on, I gotta meet him real quick. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Oh, so Black Americans, West Central Africa. Um, I'm not going to say some of them that want to be indigenous to, especially in the Americans, because I've been on TikTok for a while and I've been in spaces a lot where you have some Black Americans saying they're indigenous to the land of, where they are, which is not factual based on historical fact. And
Camera and prove it's not a fact? Since you over here telling someone else with my
Yeah,
ancestry,
Kim,
hold on,
Kim,
hold on, hold
One
on,
mic, one mic. Hold on, let her
If you
let
go to
her
my
let it real quick.
profile, it's not
you
even
can't
One
go
mic.
ahead
private.
and go
Hold
ahead
on,
come up
one
here like
show
second.
My
that.
proof.
profile
Hold
is not
on,
even
one second.
private.
Y'all,
It's
let me.
public, so you can go
Show
see
some proof.
Kim,
some
Yeah, you said. Oh,
African,
you hold on
some
one second. God damn.
African beauty and African gene, honey.
Show some
But
proof.
An
I am a
African
proud
West.
African woman,
Amy, are
West
you in
Hold
America?
on,
Africa.
hold
And
on,
if
hold
you know
on.
your
Let me.
historical fact,
Yeah, go ahead. I'm trying to get. Okay,
you
what tribe are you from, Ami?
so
Hold on. Yeah, what tribe are you from, Ami?
I'm actually one of the original tribes, which is Madinka, Madingo, as it's called nowadays. And my country is the West side, like I said. And if folks do their historical research, they will see most part of the West
So
side of Africa, they were enslaved people that was captured and returned back to that land. That's why West African, most countries kind of share similarity with some Black Americans. And I'm talking about phenotypically. So if
yeah,
people that
phenotype.
are uneducated want to come and say something, they can go ahead. I would gladly be able to educate them or tell
On
them
what?
how to do some.
Ma'am, where you living at right now?
Hold on, Prince. Let me talk to her. Damn.
Oh, I'm in the continent, but I've traveled all over, I know people, my accent is different, but Africans, we don't have the same accent in the continent. It's different all around because we were colonized, unfortunately, by all these colonizers, whether the English, the British, the Germans, the French.
So you in Africa right now?
Yes.
What part?
Like I said, I'm from west part of Africa, but I'm not going to disclose everything. But
So
I
you're not in America right now.
now I travel a
You,
lot.
you're not in Canada right now.
I know I travel a lot. That's one thing I can say.
I bet you she's in America right now.
How?
Hold
Cam
on.
up right
Yeah,
now. Then.
hold on, one second, one
Wow.
second.
Why
Let
will
me.
you
Hold on.
saying that?
I wanted to ask her something.
And
I'm
why will you
like
even
trying
ask
to get.
me a question like that? It's not
Yeah, I
even
was about to
related
say.
to the
See, so you
topic.
want? Let me keep this conversation between y'all.
Thank
Like,
you, mister.
goddamn.
I appreciate you.
Yeah, I was about to say. This is about to go turn into something not about to go crazy. Now I was about to say. You say you're gonna educate us on a lot of things. Do you have any oral traditions of anybody from your tribe getting taken from there and sent to somewhere else?
I know specifically from my country in particular, and I'm from Sierra Leone. According to historical fact, that's where it's the city, the
I'm not
capital.
asking for a historical fact. I'm asking you personally.
Oh, I'm telling you historical fact right now that is
No,
commonly
no, I'm
known.
talking about you personally. You have anybody, any of your family members, were they ever taken?
Well, I'm explaining to you my country in particular.
No,
So
I'm not. No,
let me
I don't care
finish.
about your. I don't. I'm not asking for that. I'm asking for your personal family story.
Possibility, yes.
Possibility. Like
Yes.
what?
Yes.
Possible. How's it possible?
Because Africa is a continent, there were
How's it
different,
a
it
fact?
wasn't even divided. It
How's
was
it a fact that you're gonna tell me it's a
because
possibility?
Africa wasn't divided. It was divided by the colonizer. That's
So
what
how
it
many
is.
mandate? No, I was about to say mandate. Like which one of your families
And if you read
family
Missing
members?
Lingo,
You don't have no cousin. You don't have
Madinka,
no. You don't have no
Madinka
cousin.
is one
You
of
don't,
the real
hold on. Do
tribes.
you have a cousin? Do you have a cousin, a great grandparent that was taken from there and sent somewhere to America?
Well, why are you asking me a personal question directly? But I'm speaking on historical
I'm
facts,
yeah,
yes.
yeah. It's a you said it's a historical fact.
The
I wanted to.
historical fact,
How does hold it 1 second?
enslaved people
Yeah,
were
it's so
captured
yeah,
from
yeah, yes,
Africa,
exactly. And how
was
and
taken to the land called
exactly,
America. It belongs to
exactly.
the indigenous
Yeah,
Indian
are you gonna let me
people.
finish? Like why? Like
But
I
you,
want to. I'm
I can
asking.
mute up. I didn't come up here to argue at all. I just
I'm
came
like
up
I'm not,
to
not
listen.
like
So
it
yeah, I can.
obviously have no historical. Like it's not stop the
It's
dumb.
something that you can
Why don't
research.
want like yeah we researched. I'm asking
Researchable
you.
information.
I'm
Oh,
asking you. I'm
but can
asking
I
you
say
like
respectfully, I'm not going to answer any.
can you like can you shut up while I'm talking, bro? I've been trying to finish my point. Like, god damn. Why do y'all come up here and yap off the fucking time? And expect hold on,
You
when
have a good
people
night.
like
You
show
want
some
to tell me
fucking
to shut up? Just
show show some goddamn respect on my goddamn panel. Like, goddamn, you heard me talking, right? And you won't shut the fuck up while I'm talking. Like, goddamn, show some goddamn respect.
In jeans.
Yep.
Mm.
So you
I don't even
vegan.
know what
You don't got no African in you.
No.
They look this good.
show some
Come on, bro. You say I'm crazy. Yeah.
Hey, Darvin, how you doing, bro?
Like, what's up? He's slow. Like, ain't nobody slow. Like, why don't Africans have any historical accounts of their own family being taken? If it happened to your people, right? You don't have no oral account of your folks being taken, and you want us to believe that it's a historical fact where you can't even put yourself into history.
You saying I sound crazy? You can't even name your African ancestors. You got the nerve to call somebody else crazy? Like, what?
Bro, you don't know the history of the slave
Self-projection.
trade.
It don't matter. It don't matter.
So
I know the history. I know the
wait.
history of the slave. I'm from the first two colonies, sir.
Okay.
1619 project. You brought up Virginia. My folks is from there.
Okay.
I know when the 1619 project happened.
All right. So where did they come from?
They came from Portugal and Angola.
Angola, which is where?
Portugal. Portugal.
Wait, so it was Portuguese slaves, or was the Portuguese the first colonizers?
Portuguese both. They was the first colonizers, and they were enslaved.
I'm pretty sure it was a couple of them enslaved.
Like most of those Angolans were fucking mixed with European.
Someone had to heat up the water.
Why is Big Back on the stage? Is that what? Why is Big Back on the stage? Like, why y'all bring him up?
Does that make them
serious
American? Wait, a Portuguese and an Angolan, is that American Indian? Is that a native? Are they native to this land?
I'm not related. What you say?
Portugal is in Europe. Angola is
in Europe.
I'm not asking, I'm telling. So there's an African and a European. How does that make you American Indian?
How does that make? When did I say? When did I say I descended from them, sir?
You too old. You need to open up your ears and listen.
Yeah, that's what I said. I never said. Since y'all wanted to talk about the slave trade, right? I'm from the first two colonies. I can name the people that got off those ships. Can you?
They got off the ships from where? Another country. So how are you indigenous to the land?
Because I'm not related to those niggas, obviously.
What the fuck?
Can you hear?
Wait. So why are we naming them?
He already explained why he's naming them.
Because I did the research for it. I know people who are descendants of them.
Do you have the intelligence of an acorn?
I got you. Don't watch your. Hey, don't tell her shut up.
All right, okay, because it's your platform. Check this out. What did they have to do with the question? So did the Angolan come? You brought up the slave trade. So do you know the history of the slave trade? I say yes, I do. I can name the people that got off the goddamn boats. Can you?
Yes. Why did you block the Don Dada?
First of all,
why did I block the Don Dada? Because he got my live clapped.
No. Listen,
because he got caught lying.
I didn't get caught lying. He got my live clapped. As soon as he gets on my. Why I was banned for 5 fucking minutes.
Why are you ashamed?
They tried to like Trippy. Who the fuck are you, sir?
An accent.
Y'all got the same script. Shut the fuck up.
I'm ashamed to be African. I come from the Wise One Reservation.
Like, what are we talking?
Hollywood accent.
I don't know what live I was just on, but I was on this live and it was like a bunch of like people that are like Afrocentric. And they literally just don't let nobody talk at all. Like they think that's correct. The dude was over here trying to rebuttal arguments I hadn't even made yet. Like I brought up
But hold on, I wasn't even done speaking. Don Donna's the goddamn TikTok police. He got lo and behold, my live gets suspended. I was supposed to get suspended for a goddamn week, right? I appeal it. Now my live's back up. He was reporting my shit. Be yelling over everybody, and now my live gets reported all the time. That's why he's blocked. He's the goddamn TikTok police. Now back to what I was saying. Now back to what I was saying to Aubrey, right? If folks are gonna bring up the slave trade, tell me the year that the people came when they came to Virginia.
I mean, everybody knows 1619, but at the end of the day, what does they have to do with somebody being native if they came?
What does that have to do? There's 20 people that folks descend from. Are you a descendant of them? If you're not,
that does not make sense, sir. They're saying that the slave trade stopped with the
give me a name from the. Give me a name of someone from the 1619 project right now.
Why do I have to give you a name?
Since you're African, that's your history.
They did not stop until 1812.
Okay, cool. Now name a slave manifest with an African on there. Name one. Name one.
I'm not at home. I have a slave atlas from a Louisiana plantation. I'm trying to see why y'all trying to.
Are you from Louisiana?
I'm from Memphis, Tennessee. I just told you.
Do you have an ancestor? Do you have an ancestor from Louisiana?
What the fuck they got to do with having an atlas from a plantation?
How the fuck do you how do you tie to yourself?
Because I visited the plantation. What are
you visit? What do you have an ancestor from there? Yes or no?
No.
Yes,
so why the fuck are you bringing that shit up?
Because that's where I got the slave atlas from, bro.
That's where you got.
So
that's where you got this. Like that's
bro,
like you're trying to still tether onto African history that you don't have.
Bro, y'all stealing other people's history.
You're stealing African history that you don't have.
You're just saying they're married.
You're the goddamn weirdo, sir.
You're a weirdo stealing these people fucking history.
You're still African history.
No, I'm not. You a weirdo.
Who's your African? Why are you on my platform then?
Because y'all weird, and I'm trying to let
sir, name your African ancestor, Aubrey.
You just told me to stop talking. You keep muting me.
Answer the question.
Answer the goddamn question. Name your African ancestor.
Name your
I can't name one.
How we gonna
name your Native American ancestors.
We're not Native American. We're American Indian.
They're not saying they're
I
native.
already said that 3 times.
Yeah.
Name your American Indian ancestors. Semantics. Shut up, Venus.
No, I ain't naming shit for you. Name an African. I got it. I ain't telling you because you can't name no African.
You don't have them.
Show me an African. I'll show you an Indian. How about that? That's a fair trade-off. I asked you the question. I asked you the question first.
That's a fair one.
Since I'm a weirdo stealing folks' culture.
You keep muting me, bro. How am I
since I'm the weirdo stealing folks' culture, right? The onus is on you. It's not on me. You prove something for your goddamn self. You're an African, right? Show that shit.
And host, can't we both agree that they're not Africans, right? They're Americans. But literally, we could both agree that whether African or Native American, Black, they're both niggers, bro. They're both Black.
They what? Get your goofy ass off my goddamn bro. Like, why the fuck y'all do this goofy shit? Like, y'all ain't gonna, y'all know y'all ain't gonna stay on the goddamn panel. Why y'all say goofy shit?
Aubrey,
so y'all can,
Aubrey, how about you just name like your great grandparent, one of them?
Okay, I got Virginia Advisor, Robert Stewart, Claude Stewart. I go to like 1865, like when
you a goddamn Black Irish Stewart?
You say what? I have 20% Irish. I'm not denying it, but I'm not.
Ain't nobody. The Stewarts are Indians, too. Yeah, yes they are. Yeah, I know about the Stewart family because I got court records on them.
Check this out.
Ain't no check shit out.
They Irish, bro. They're literally
Irish. They're Irish and fucking Indian.
No, okay, bro.
Yes, they are. Are you from Virginia, sir?
The Stewart actually is from Virginia to Mississippi, but at the end of the day,
Stewart, they're Indian. And you're the descendant of King fucking James.
What?
Yeah,
King James white. So how am I American?
His last name is fucking Stewart, dude.
The Stewart dynasty. I get that. At the end of the day, no, that's not where it comes from, bro.
And where the Stewart? What does Stewart mean?
It means a steward, bro. At the end of the day,
what word does Stewart? Hold on. What word does what word does Stewart come from?
Bro, you keep muting me, but you asking questions.
Yeah, yeah, you answer the question because obviously you don't know shit.
I can't answer if I'm muted, bro.
I can't mute it. Okay, if I'm muted.
Yeah, because I'm from Memphis and that's how we talk, and you can make fun of it, but at the end of the day, if you was in my face, you wouldn't. And nobody say
why not? Why wouldn't I?
What's that? What's that?
Well, take a guess. Take a guess.
I can't tell you what it is.
Yeah, why wouldn't I?
What is it?
It's a goddamn medal.
Oh, I see that here. Bro, I don't think you about that life, but it's okay though.
I don't think I'm about shit.
I don't think
why wouldn't I?
Why would you a vet?
It's a vet. Am I a vet?
Yeah.
I ain't a vet.
Oh, but I am. But you keep playing like you tough. But I ain't here for all that.
You a vet?
Nobody cares.
You brought the tough shit.
Hey, both of y'all
you brought the tough shit up.
Because I'm really tough. And
both my parents are vets. Nobody cares. It's nothing about it.
Nobody
cares.
Yeah,
nobody cares. I live on a military base right now. I could go check out a pew pew. Nobody cares.
That's your fake ass.
Nobody cares.
Hey man, why you arguing? So it sounds how tough. Looks how tough you are. Get off the goddamn panel, right? since you want to be so tough, right? Looks you argue with people, strangers on the internet, bringing up tough shit. Oh, I'm really about that life. No, you're not. No, you're not. Ain't no tough Tonys on the goddamn internet trying to play like they fucking tough. You brought the tough shit up, sir.
I always
You
said,
want
oh, go ahead.
yeah, yo, like you brought the tough shit up. I don't be hiding from nobody either.
I always said,
Like,
who cares? You're a vet. I could ship out to basic training next year. So
yeah, I hold up a goddamn medal in honor that I can defend my goddamn self.
Bro
Right.
should have just muted it up, man.
Should have just muted it up. You said, oh, I want to say that shit to your face, right? Uh-huh. I bet you I would.
No, but I was just saying, like, I was in this live and I was trying to make this point that because we were talking about the Kennewick man and they started pulling up his DNA. And I was like, you do realize just because they connected him to a specific group of people, not everybody in the United States is related. And I'm trying to pull up an article talking about how one specific tribe has DNA haplogroups that tie to all these different places. And this dude starts like the whole live, they just talking over me and then they say I'm long-winded, but I never got to finish one sentence.
We're not an Indian. Come on, don't be. That's why the Indian guy is trying to tell
And
you.
you said your man think you're from
The Indian
Arabia.
guy is trying to tell
Your
you
man,
you're
hold
not.
on, yeah,
Stop
your man
claiming
think
something
your
that
man.
you're not.
stop
You're,
talking
you're,
over the host, big
I was,
forehead.
I was about to say you're man thinking,
Need
right?
some education and
Stop
discipline.
talking over the
All
host,
right, for
big
sure.
forehead.
Girl.
Ain't you man thinker? You from Arabia?
Get a forehead.
You're not even.
Proud
You're not even.
African
You're not
woman.
even from West Africa. You're from Arabia. Why your hold on? Why your elders saying y'all from Arabia? Huh?
Proud African
Man,
person
let me
from
put.
the
Let me.
west part of
She
Africa,
got that.
and I love it, and I'm proud of it, and I have the
You
genes
can't
to
even
show
pronounce.
for
You
it.
can't even pronounce Africa. How you African?
Let me.
I'm not
Can I-
going to
Can
talk
I
to
ask
you,
Ami a
girl.
No,
question?
Africa is a Celtic word. It means
How
pleasant.
to work your
Africa is
body.
a Celtic word. It means pleasant. It's a girl's name. Stop stealing other cultures. You're not African. You're Arab.
Ami.
Thank you.
Oh, how do you pronounce your name? Is it Ami?
Arab, if you don't know. I'm a
He's one of the
true
top
born
black stealing
indigenous
culture.
African, honey. You don't know where you from.
I'm
So
about.
shut
I'm about.
up.
Can I ask her a question? Just one question.
Go ahead, Jay Bird.
Question, you lost soul.
No, I just want to ask. I'm not being disrespectful or nothing. I just wanted to ask you, like, are black people only from Africa?
Yes.
Okay, so we know where
Black
they're
people
intelligent.
are from Africa, except if you're lost mentally and you need some help, then
So
you
all
claim
black
to be
people.
from a land that you're not from.
So all black people are from
I know
Africa.
you're gonna
so-
bring up
No,
the
he's trying to
Aborigines
talk
in
about
Australia.
everybody
That's what
came
you guys
from
normally bring. What about the
Africa.
people in Australia?
No, well, you said so. I'm saying,
So that's
you
what you
believe that
guys are
those?
gonna
No, listen.
bring
Can
up.
I
Can
elaborate
If
you
on
you
my
stop
look,
question?
yapping?
if you look
Like,
at
you
them
hear him
Indians
talking.
phenotypically,
You
saying that
hear him
same
talking.
shit.
Stop yapping.
Yeah,
So
like y'all ain't got no decorum. The fuck.
I just wanted to ask. So if all black people are from Africa, you were getting ready to say phenotypically they don't look like Africans. Is that what you were gonna say? She said you could tell phenotypically, and then someone cut
well,
her off.
you lost. Okay, if you're not
No. Where were you about to say
trying to
about the
claim
Australian?
Indian, you're not gonna mix me in your soup of
No,
lost.
Hold on, what is that
asking you a
video?
question. I'm not trying to
Do
mix
your
you in the soup.
research since you're not
Man,
claiming
I
she
to be
got a
she going
Africa.
question for her.
yeah, she
Listen,
gonna get muted. Like she won't shut the fuck up.
I just want to ask. I just want to ask. You said
That
phenotypically you can
ain't no
tell where
point.
you said phenotypically you can tell where they're from, or that they are not that they look like where they're from. Is that what you were saying before you got cut off?
Are you expanding yourself, Venus?
Yeah, but put it this way. I did not put it that
Or
way.
did she
Nah,
get?
I had to shake myself.
She got dropped.
Yeah, I dropped it because she ain't gonna shut up. Like I don't know why y'all ain't got no. I don't know why y'all ain't got no decorum, yo. Like
Y'all don't even look the same. What's going on here?
I would
Y'all don't
like
even
to
look the
ask
same.
her an academic question.
Don't make me put Mandinka up here too. Oh wait, it is up here. Look,
these
y'all
ain't
all look
academic
different.
people.
Y'all all look different. Y'all is mixed race people. Get out of here. Not one phenotype that's the same. Mixed breeds. Come up here telling somebody else what they are.
And that's the thing, though. It's like Africans, technically,
we
that
don't need them
continent is
to
ethnically
learn.
diverse. So I don't
She's
understand why
saying
people always try to
mixed
make it
breed.
seem like,
We don't
they're a
need them.
monolith.
We don't need them to learn.
Ethnicities.
Like Africans are completely genetically and ethnically diverse people. But they think that in America that thing did not happen either. It doesn't make any sense.
Hey, Jay, can I ask you a question?
You're not African. Africa is a female name. This woman, both her parents are from England. Her name's Africa. Yeah, you are not African. Stop stealing Celtic names. You're not African.
Ethiopians will tell you they were never colonized, though. They were the first people working.
But those are all exonyms, so the conversation is essentially mute. I wanna ask Jay Bird a question.
Okay.
Okay, are you ready?
Mhm.
If morphological similarities between ancient hominin fossils can sometimes arise due to convergent evolution in responses to similar environmental pressures,
It's okay, Jay.
how can these similarities be definitively used to establish a linear descent from a single African origin without considering alternative explanations for shared traits?
Okay, to answer your question, there is no alternative explanation for shared traits when they did a genetic study on like people from different populations in the world, and they actually came to the conclusion that every single person in the world is related to each other and has recent ancestry that's related to each other, meaning that there's not a group of people that stems from early human that didn't come from a single line point. Like we all come from the same origin.
So what
Convergent
you're
evolution. Can I finish? I'm not finished elaborating. Convergent evolution is not an argument when it comes to people, because convergent evolution actually has to do exactly with different species having the same traits, not the same species with direct ancestry having the same traits. So anything like, for example, a bat with wings and a bird with wings, people can say that it's possibly convergent evolution because they have two different they have both have wings, but they have such far diverged ancestry. It's very far, like millions and years, according to the science. But people all originate from the same place, regardless if it was hundreds of thousands of years ago or not. We are all still the same people. They're same species.
Okay.
So
You say we originate from the same place. Is there any definitive evidence of this said place?
Sure. I mean, some people. So there was a study done. It was the Human Genome. Here, let me actually pull up the source.
Is it? Oh my God! If he about to pull some out of Africa theory shit, I'm finna spaz out. I'm finna
That's
pass
exactly
out.
what
That's not what I was about to do. But I was gonna.
Well, then there's no evidence, so I'm confused.
No, listen.
Okay, go ahead.
That's what I mean from the other live I was in. Just because the argument that I'm proposing has nothing to do with what you're getting ready to say, doesn't mean that.
Oh
it
no,
has
no,
nothing
go
to do with
ahead.
the situation.
No, go ahead. Go ahead. I'm curious as to what the question I propose. I'm curious as the answer. The answer.
That.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, that was me. My son was talking. I apologize.
Okay, it's fine.
I'm curious how you're gonna prove divergent evolution, because I don't necessarily believe in the evolution theory. I believe in mutation. So I'm curious how you're gonna prove it.
Hey Zilla, you know he American Indian, right?
You said what?
You know he American Indian, right?
I know, but I don't.
Oh, okay.
Okay, it don't change nothing about if people are out here speaking on how they want to teach. We're going to teach correct information, and there's nothing wrong with iron sharpening iron. Because what he said, it confused me, so I wanted to see from his perspective so I can learn from a new perspective that I don't have. There's no ego in science. Anybody who brings ego to science is being disingenuous, just like the Pan-Africans.
I'm having a hard time finding the article. Give me 1 second.
Now, the article, so you're gonna regurgitate information from an article. I get that using other scientists' information's abstracts as some point of argument, but I would rather have you examine the raw data and then give me your own personal conclusion.
Personal conclusion is my own interpretation of what the article.
But you're looking for an article about
can I
scientific study from somebody else. There's no good.
You
You couldn't guarantee that scientific study was done.
Okay, but if I have my own opinion on a source or a study that was finished,
you got it.
Then then that means that my opinion has not really a lot to do with what the article was saying.
I've seen you in other lives. I know that you're a semi narcissist. So go ahead.
That keeps cutting you off, right?
We waiting on you.
All right.
You don't even know you're you don't even know the question that I asked you was tricking you into trying to prove evolution when evolution doesn't exist. It's all genetic mutation.
All right, we're gonna see
right now, you're trying to prove evolution, but again, that's genetic mutation. So I'm going to let
What's
you
up,
do
Ken?
it because I'm going to use you as an example to prove my point.
What's up?
So the article that I'm going to be referencing is going to be misleading, all right? But I'm telling you, I don't agree.
Show it. Don't do it to yourself. Just say.
Listen.
Are we gonna let people land? Yeah, let them finish the sentence.
But
can I please finish a sentence? It's no buts.
Yeah, like
that's what I'm saying. At the last live I was in, everybody just kept talking over me, and then it's like I can't ever make a point. So the article that I'm talking about right now.
Alrighty.
I cut out. Can you put me on the big screen so I can read the title?
Yeah, I got you.
So my own interpretation of this article, it's called African Genetic Diversity Implication for Human Demographic History, Modern Human Origins, and Complex Disease Mapping. I do not agree with this study. Two things that they said in the study were that every person in the world, regardless if they're African or not, is primarily a subset of African diversity. That means that every group of people, including Melanesians, share the most alleles with Africans. All right. The thing, though, is when you read the study, they did not do extensive genetic testing in Africa. What they did was they chose Black people from where they believe Black people are from. So they chose, like, for example, Black Africans. They chose, Asiatic Native Americans, Asiatic Pacific Islanders. They chose Black Americans to represent Africans. So essentially, when they're saying the term African, they're actually referring to Black people from various different parts of the world. And when you actually look at the vast differences between person to person on genetics, especially Black people, we have everything that they say that we don't. So the DNA that we can carry is DNA that anyone else can carry. Black is a phenotype. It's not necessarily a haplotype or a paternal or mitochondrial lineage. So therefore, like people will tell you, oh, Black can make anything. Black people can make white people with blue eyes and blonde hair. It can make Asian features over time. Those are mutations. Like you said, mutations occur. And those are the only reason why other groups of people exist. But when they specifically talk about Black or Africans in this article specifically, they're just referring to Black people. So with this article, like I said, they say that everybody that is not Black, let's just phrase it like this, everyone that is not Black comes from Black people. That's all that they're saying in this article. And so I do agree with you. Yes, mutations, I don't really believe in the whole what they call evolution anyways either. I don't think that there were multiple different types of hominids that lived in the world. But what I do believe is that everybody that does not look like me or a lot of the Black people on this panel, they come from people that look like us, regardless of what their genetics were initially, like the different Black people that they come from. So there's Black people that are more related to Native Americans and Asians than to different people in Africa. But a lot of West Africans and North and East Africans have genetic traits that come from Asia as well. So it's like it's very mixed up. So you can go ahead and rebuttal what I was going to say, but I don't think that it was disproving your point.
You got it. I ain't even gonna tackle that. You got it. Niggas is from Africa. You got it.
Not even close to what I said.
No, whatever you think. Yeah, you right.
What's up, Idaho? Black Idaho up here.
Robert, what's the word? Can you hear me, gang?
Yeah, I hear you. What's up?
Man, bruh, like they had me on like TikTok, like I couldn't speak for anyone. Anyway, I want to say this, bro. Did you tap anyone out? I saw your jujitsu, gang. I saw the jujitsu, gang. I saw the metal, gang. Don't get all bashful now, gang. Did you do your thing?
I ain't tap nobody out. Nah. But I scored some points.
No, that's a good sport, man. I got my daughter in jujitsu. She had a competition today too. That's why I was like, damn, are they doing it nationwide today? They on
Probably.
Indigenous time.
So
Yeah, peace and blessings. This is a great topic. Yes, our Black Americans, West Coast, Central Africans. I'm not African at all. I don't subscribe to that. I think it's for the weak. I think that we have a lot of work to do. I think a lot of our old heads have been steering us down a negative road, and I think we're coming to get our land, and the chickens are coming home to roost. So I'm gonna leave it at that, man. This is a great topic. Again, Black Americans are not African at all. Maybe a couple came through here, but those couple does not make you African.
for sure.
All right, peace and blessings, man.
Red, I think Red was up here first.
That might be my next topic. Does having one African ancestor make you African?
European ancestor make you European? Because if that's the case, then I am European. Because my European ancestor is my great 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 grandfather on my mom's side. So I guess that I'm a European. And if that's the case, then I'm extra Native American, right?
Well, a lot of us have multiple European ancestors.
You gotta chill, Jay Bird. I ain't gonna lie to you. You
How,
did
how are you claiming extra Native American?
like the
I have
look,
more,
look,
I have
look,
more
look.
Native
Some of
American
y'all,
ancestors.
are looking for too much validation from the internet.
No, I'm
Just keep it real.
saying.
Name it.
Time out. Someone said, "How can I
It's
claim
like you
extra Native
searching
American?"
for
I
validation.
said that.
Yeah. Look. Someone said, "Does the host said does one European having one European ancestor make you
Yeah,
a
I understand what you're saying, but I'm asking you how.
How? Because I have at least three traceable lineages of Native American in my family and American Indian. On my mom's side, my grandmother still lives on the Mohawk Reservation. She's Asiatic Native American. On my mom's dad's side and on my
Asiatic.
dad's mom's side, they are American
Asiatic Native
Indians,
American.
and they own land in this country. Like they have land patents under their name. And I'm related to, for example, Chief Chajobapad, or Chajabapad, I'm sorry, and then Chief Naga. And those are two of three traceable lineages, meaning there's multiple ancestors in each of those. One of those lineages that I brought up earlier is European. So does that make me European? And I'm saying if having one ancestor makes me European, that's European, then I have more Native American and American Indian ancestry than that. And that makes me, I guess, extra Native American. I was being facetious.
Look, all I'm saying is you gotta chill and stop trying so hard to convince these motherfuckers you American Indian. It looks bad.
I'm not trying to convince no one. I was making a
But hold on, Jay Bird. I've seen you in multiple lives looking for validation.
Who from who?
Nigga,
I don't even
I've seen you in multiple lives. You seeking validation.
Okay,
Stop,
name one
bro.
live and give me an example, because I think you're talking out of your
A
butt.
bunch. All right, let's play the guessing. A bunch.
A bunch, like
I'm
where?
trying to help you out. You over here thinking about what live?
Yeah, I'm trying to figure it out. Like what live? The only time you even hear me bring up Native American culture or anything like that is when I'm talking about
It's like this. The niggas who get the baddest bitches don't try the hardest, and you trying too hard.
What am I doing that's trying too
You
hard?
got
Let me
it.
ask you the
Go
question.
ahead. You got it.
Reaching.
What am I reaching for? I literally made a joke about something that is easily
it's the
true.
energy. It's the energy being put forth as to. It's like you don't believe it. You need the people you're showing to believe it, and that's my.
So what about me saying?
Hold on. I'm letting you know that's my observation from seeing you, and I've never met you. I've never talked to you.
So
But I've seen you pop up in lives that I frequent, that I'm frequently in. And then I see how you interact in those lives. It just looks like you're.
So when is the last time first of all, that can't be true because the last time I was on live was today, and before that it was on this live. I only
Chad, I'm a liar. I'm lying.
You are no for real because I don't
I'm
join
lying.
people's lives. I was on one live earlier today, and the last time I was on a live was this live. I've not been on live in like at least a month. I don't know what you're talking about. And then I show up on live on the last year or so. I've been in a probably
You're right. I'm
8
lying,
lives.
Jay. Damn.
No, time out. That doesn't. Anytime I'm on live, I'm on this live or I'm not on live.
Lying, Jay. I just told you. Tell the chat and the audience I'm lying. You right.
You're lying, bro. I was literally on one live today. That was not this live, and that was the first live I've joined. Not even just this year, but within the last like year and a half that was not this live. I don't join other people's lives. I mean, there actually might be like 2 or 3 other times that I've been on someone else's live besides this one. Most of the people that are on this
Okay,
live,
bro, you
they
got
know
it.
that they're
You American Indian. God damn.
but I'm asking you, what did I just say that made it seem like I was reaching? I literally made a joke in answering the host question.
What I'm saying is there's
He's saying that you
there's
named off
certain
like
American
20
Indians
relatives
that are
through a
going
bunch
out
of
on the
information.
internet and looking for validation from Pan-Africans, and it looks bad. That's what I'm saying.
How am I getting validation? First of all, if I'm on a Pan-African's live, I'm literally debating with them. So how is that seeking validation?
Wait, it's a debate for you?
Yeah, if I'm going against what
So
they're
you
saying.
already don't know the truth. It's still a debate for you.
What do you mean? First of all, when you debate something, that means you have your own interpretation and understanding of something.
You're playing Jesus.
No, what are you talking about? This dude is on
You're
drugs.
trying to expose them to the truth that the transatlantic trade didn't happen how they said it. You're a real Indian. You're trying to save them because they believe a lie. And I'm saying you're okay.
Y'all got to stop.
What are you talking about?
What's up? What's up, Karen?
The same credit as
Hold on 1 second.
Yeah, Jay.
What's up,
Hi.
Karen?
Jay been around, y'all. Like, just like Darvid been around and took a break and came back. That's Jay. Like, he don't. Y'all got to stop arguing. Y'all arguing over nothing. Stop, please.
Pam, we're not arguing. I'm tired of niggas looking for validation.
But he cool. He good. I mean, he got
He's
his
still
little.
looking for hold on. The only reason why I said something because he on this live again looking for fucking validation, and I'm tired.
No,
of
that's just but that's just how Jay is. He's not looking for validation. That's just how he teaches. He been like that. I don't know if you know, but Jay had one of the pages like 100,000 something pages once upon a time. So Jay is not new to the game. He's been around. Like, it's no reason to argue.
Okay, that's even more of a reason why
he's good. I mean, he got his ways to linking us to Africa, which is fine, but he's not a bad person. He's nobody to be arguing with. He's a good person.
Nobody said he's all right. You got it.
Yeah, let's not argue, y'all. Y'all both smart. We could be learning from each other.
Knocking him down if he brings resources, he brings facts. Apparently, you've been watching him in multiple lives. Apparently, you're a liar. But altogether, it seems as if you're studying him, and if he's someone that you admire,
It's no use to add fuel to fire. Like, it's no reason to come up here and talk to
I was about to say, let's just move on.
Yeah, because it's just gonna get worse.
Oh, one at a time.
Yeah, one at like this.
Well, if
like,
he's saying we come from Africa, I don't agree with that. But all the other stuff, I don't know if you talking
look. Some people have the opinion that we are Africans and we made it here first. Some arguments I don't see. Some arguments we can worry about later, though. Some arguments we can learn about later.
My argument has always been that there are connections.
One mic, y'all. God damn.
Damn, I thought I was being addressed.
My arguments have always been.
While y'all doing that, Red over here is supposedly a native. Y'all focusing on Jaybird, like she said.
Yeah,
instead of focusing on Jaybird, Red over here is a so-called
I'm not supposedly
native.
young lady. I
told
am
him to
an
talk
enrolled.
All right, y'all. This is what we gonna do. We gonna clear the goddamn stage because y'all talking too goddamn much. Y'all talking too goddamn much. About to drop it. Yeah, I was about to say, y'all, like, I don't really give a fuck about this previous conversation. Y'all talking too goddamn much. I'm about to bring other requests up. I don't want to hear folks yapping in my damn ears loudly.
I told Red to talk earlier, and y'all started having a whole different conversation. So I already knew Red was.
I'll bring him up. Like, he can request up like all the sidetrack babble yapping shit. Like, for what? What's the fucking point? If you feel like Jay's a tryhard, then fine, whatever. I don't think he gives a fuck. If you feel like folks should go a certain way, like what people eat don't make other people shit. That's all I got to say about that. Like, if people want to go argue with Pan Africans all fucking day, I'm not that guy. I'm not gonna be that guy. Oh, it's all yapping, zero sources shown. Yet, J history, you got destroyed by me, and I wasn't even fucking trying.
Skin blue. What is going on here?
Because he got the fucking suds. That's what he got.
Yeah, I do have a question for, I think it's Venice. And you said African. Yeah, you said African is not a thing. So I'm African. So how you suggest I call myself?
You don't have your own words to call yourself. You need to use Celtic girls' names to call yourself.
No, because Africa is a continent, right? If we all establish that that is what is shown in the map. So if I said I'm African and you said it's a girl's name, okay, so be it. It's a girl's name, but that is how you recognize it. So if I just say, okay,
let me straight myself.
If I said, let me call a female name like Yolanda. How do you know Yolanda is African?
See, her name's Africa Durden. Both her parents were born in England, so that ain't no. I don't know what you mean. That's a Celtic name. She's Celtic.
All right. So I'm from West Africa, Cameroonian. So tell me how I should call myself. Give me a name.
What did your folks call Africa? What did your folks call their land? What tribe are you from?
Oh, I'm Bayangi.
So what do the Bayangi call Africa?
We call it Africa.
Y'all ain't got no word in your language that refers to your homeland.
So names are not translated, right? We have this guy. His name is in a commercial. They did some competition for people to call his name. His name is Michael Power, and people was translating it to French. But the thing is that you don't translate a name. So if my name is Michael Power and you speak Spanish, you still call me Michael Power. You don't translate it to Spanish. If I'm called Andre, in England it's called Andrew, but because I'm from the French and I'm called Andre, you call me Andre, you don't call me Andrew. So we don't translate names.
Okay.
Why did Amy, whatever her name is, she said Venus is Moo Moo? Does it look like I have a New York accent? What is going on here?
What's up, Los? What's that? You ask nationalities, not names, we'll lose theirs. But yeah, who up here? I said your moo it's Nigerian slang. What the hell does moo mean in Nigeria?
A moo is what our grandmas used to wear to bed. Yeah, I don't know what you're talking about.
Well, yeah, what's up? Anybody else want to say something? I'm called African. It's a what?
No, I want a name because the whole time I live over here in Texas, right? But I've been here for almost 20 years and I still identify as African, right?
I don't even know what it means. It's not a girl's name. Africa came from Africa.
Africa is a girl's name. It means pleasant. It means pleasant. You can
look at the term.
You can go look it up.
Uneducated and it's frustrating. Look
at the size of my TV
Africa
screen.
And why Africa is
paid
named
for
Africa,
y'all to have schools
and you
over
can
there. Stop
educate
calling us
yourself to why
uneducated.
it's named Africa.
We paid for y'all to have schools over there.
You're young and slow. Educate yourself.
Says the people who needed America.
How about you educate us, Ami? How about you educate us, Ami?
Started in Africa. If you don't know that,
Ami, how about you educate us? When did the first slaves get to Virginia?
Computer and internet. You have access to.
No. You educate
you can
us.
have a lot of resources.
Hold on.
You can Google.
Man, we invented the internet. Answer his question.
Do you know civilization started in Africa?
You said you're gonna educate us, right? Educate
Yeah,
us.
so I'm
Now
telling
start
you,
by telling us
I'm
the history
telling you,
in the
I'm not
United
gonna do
States.
the research for you. I'm telling you,
I already know
you
because I'm
can
from
go
DC.
and do
Hold on.
the
All right,
research,
I
and you
already
can
know.
see what I'm. Okay, so you already know, so you don't need to
I
ask
already.
me then. That's
Then
been
educate. You
diabolical.
say you're gonna educate. Then
That's been,
educate.
yes, because she's saying responding to her because she's saying the term Africa is a girl's name, and I'm saying there's a reason why Africa is called Africa. It's not based off of the girl's name. So I'm telling her if she want to learn and educate herself, she needs to do more research so she'll be able to intellectually speak on why Africa is called Africa. That's all I'm saying.
What was the first place to be called? What was the first place to be called Africa? And what?
I know.
And what was? And when did the rest of the what was the rest of the continent called?
The name Africa, first of all, you see, you don't even know what you're talking about as well.
What? When
Answer
did?
his question.
Let me speak slowly so you can.
No. Don't do that condescending
So you
shit.
can understand.
No. 1 second. I'll elaborate. The first place to be called Africa was the place we call Tunisia and Libya today, right? The rest of Africa to the south was called Ethiopia. Then later on to the west, it started being called Sudan, right? And then where Ethiopia is today, it was called Abyssinia. Africa didn't become called Africa. The whole continent was not referred to as Africa until after the 1860s. So what did y'all call Africa before it was called Africa?
All right. So now this is
the name started with the A. The name started with the A before it was called Africa. That's what I'm telling you. If you go online and you can something you can research. The name started with an A before it was called Africa. And if you look at the origin, the reason why, excuse me?
I was helping you out. You said it started with an A, and I said it's called Alki Bulan, but it's Arabic.
Thank you for being educated. Thank you for being educated. But I'm not gonna provide them with the information. They have to research.
Man, Alkebulan, only one place. Only one place called that place Alkebulan, and it was the Arabs. So you're admitting you're Arab. You're admitting you're Arab.
So educated and that we don't know nothing. When you have
I'll
yet
make
to
you
answer
go find
one
out
question. You have not answered not one question. You just keep saying, go research, go research. We invented the WWW. If you don't know what that means, it means the worldwide internet. My question to you, ma'am, because he about to show you something. He about to actually teach you. You don't need to talk. You talked enough. You said a lot of nothing. We don't need your information because you said a lot of nothing. My question to you is, how is it that we came from Africans and yet y'all are one of the last of our species to evolve? Why we've been evolving for over 500 years and y'all still have yet to halfway catch up? Y'all have barely caught up. Everything that you want to say is innovative over there. We gave it to y'all,
right?
The
You know, you're talking about two different continents. We have different climates.
No, I'm not.
It's a different climate.
What
it's
climate?
A different
Look,
land.
ma'am,
it's a different.
You go use that dictionary to look up the definition of a climate, because I don't know how the sun fried your brain cells that you could not figure out how to evolve to start inventing things that your people need to raise themselves up, to stop living in the mud, to stop living in the dirt, to find water without us building wells, to send money. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Let's keep this intellectual. But yeah, this is a map of Africa circa. This is one from the 1850s, right? As I was saying, the place we call Africa, right, was so small. It was actually so small in the 1850s still. Where we go to Southern Africa, where it's called Ethiopia. Anything below Nubia, basically, had different names, right? Nubia right here. We got Abyssinia right here. This southern region was called Ethiopia. This was Lower Guinea. You got Upper Guinea. You got Sudan. You got Senegalia. So after 1850, right, Africa the whole continent wasn't even referred to as Africa. Now let's look at 1860.
Hey, Darvin, real quick.
What's up?
So if that one spot is called Africa that you just showed, and it's 1850, so the Africans that was coming over that they were saying, wouldn't that be in that region and not really West Africa as they saying?
Right, exactly. Right. And then it's a map. What university is from? It's like in the 1500s with that Cyclops on it. with that goddamn Cyclops on it. Who got that map, yo? I know Phoenix and them got it. Yeah, with that goddamn Cyclops. Africa had a.
Yeah.
Why is there a YT Cyclops on the map at the first map of Africa?
So
You guys are claiming the land that you guys are claiming don't even claim you guys. You have
Oh my
some
gosh.
Indian that came up on this live that tried to tell you guys don't claim our culture. You guys don't have no language.
So I see you're trying to.
Why you're speaking our language? Like
Why you wearing
English.
laid baby hairs? Probably to cover up that big ass African forehead, huh?
Stop muting me. Let me talk.
Yeah, you about to go. You too insulting. We gave you 3 chances.
So
claim native culture, and we've never claimed native culture. Natives don't have a culture except for what the YT people told them to do to try to make themselves look like us. You know, to fit the narrative and the story.
When you keep saying make themselves look like us. If you look at YT, when they see us, they see.
Okay, when I say that's not what I meant, Don. That's not what I meant. If you were one of us, you would have known what I meant by that. I didn't mean look like us, like our physical features. I meant look like us when it comes to the certain way some of our people dress, like how they had tassels on their clothes, like they put quills and feathers in their hair or made headdresses, the type of clothing that they wore, the type of dances that they did. They couldn't even get that right.
I went to school here in Texas.
And it wasn't a very good one.
I've been in Texas for 20 years, right? I've been married for 17 years.
Long you've been married got nothing to do with the conversation. I've been here longer than you.
Hold on. My wife is American. My kids are American. She's black. And when I told her, check your heritage, we all involved from Africa.
Not she dirtied her jeans. What's going on here?
She evolved from Africa. If she was already evolved and y'all are just starting to evolve.
Because they come from monkeys, is what he's trying to say. Because if you believe the out of Africa theory, then you believe you come from a monkey.
Yeah. Because that's what YT people told the world, that y'all come from gorillas and apes, and they come from monkeys.
Yeah, but when you say they speak our language, when you say they speak you speak our language, English is not your language. English is what the European
White people ain't never invent nothing in the world. Y'all be giving them too much credit. God damn, y'all give them too much credit.
Y'all give credit to YT people because they invented your land. They feed you with crops. They give you our tax money. You're nothing without them. That's why you give them credit. They're your gods.
No,
and
we don't.
saviors.
See, we don't.
YT people are your gods. YT people are your gods and saviors. Without them, y'all would have been blown off of Africa.
Hey, host, can I ask a question?
Yeah. 1 second. Yeah, I was like, golly, y'all cutting deep tonight. Like, come on. Jeez.
Yeah.
But yeah, go ahead. Ask a question.
The question I had, or I have rather, is so in terms of African American culture or history,
Who's
are you guys
African
saying that
American?
they're American? Yeah, okay. Black American.
Go ahead.
Yeah. So, are you guys saying that there was no transatlantic slave trade, or are you saying there was partial?
That's what they say.
Why do y'all act? Why do y'all act this? No, nobody said there was no transatlantic slave trade.
Okay, then come on. There was.
All right, can you shut the hell up? Let me explain.
Let me
dude.
talk to the host, man. Let me talk to the host.
Yeah, what's up?
No, go ahead. Finish up.
There's not enough people for it to really matter. You know, there was an Asian slave trade over here. You know notice how y'all never mention it because it wasn't that many people. Yeah, the same goes for Africans.
Yeah,
so,
it's like, go ahead.
Well, that's why I'm here. I'm just trying to ask questions here. I'm not presuming anything. So I'm saying, have you guys looked into the genetic studies of the Tishkoff study or the Catochin furnace in Maryland or any of those studies? Or
I'm from Maryland. Yeah.
So have you read about that study?
Yeah, I've read about it. Yeah, what's the name of the tribe they say brought over here?
Yeah,
so that we're genetically connected to.
Well, so what do you think about that particular study?
Who are these people? I have yet to see these people in Maryland.
Well, their actual ancestors are still living though. They traced them back
to where?
In Maryland.
Trace them back in Maryland.
Yeah, to the Catochin furnace. I think that's how you pronounce it. Catochin.
Yeah, and the folks in Maryland, like, who are these Africans in Maryland? That's what I'm asking.
Well, they were individuals. Their particular haplogroups were broken down along with it's like 27 individuals, and
27, right?
Well, I'm just letting you know what the study is. I'm not claiming anything. I'm just asking you.
Well, is like, who are these people? Who do they tie themselves to in Maryland, right?
Yeah,
Specifically,
there are actual
what specific?
individuals that tie to them that 23andMe and Ancestry and all those companies, they trace them back to those individuals.
Yeah, in Maryland, nowhere in Africa.
No, I didn't say they were in Africa. I said they came from Africa because of their DNA.
And what port did they go to? Which port did they get off? It's plenty of ports in Maryland. You got the Baltimore port, you got the Anne Arundel port, you got the St. Mary's port, you got the Eastern Shore ports. Like, which one?
No, I'm talking about their admixtures. I'm not talking about ports. I'm talking about the admixture they had. So, for example, individual 10 and individual 16 and individual 20 were 100% African from
100%.
Central West Africa.
Yeah, and what port did they get off in Maryland? That's what I'm asking.
Well, the study doesn't say that. That's why I'm asking questions.
Exactly. So,
no, but their DNA is clear, right?
Their DNA is clear. Who are they matching with in Africa?
That's what I told you. Central and West Africans. They're haplogroup.
No, he said what specific people they found that matched to them, their DNA.
Okay, I'll tell you here. Oh, I'll tell you. Hold on. So, the Yoruba, for example, 32% of them.
No, listen to the question. Wait a minute, Sigel. Listen to the question. Who
I already answered.
Specifically? No, you didn't. No. Specific person. That's a general tribe. Let me hush, sir. You said a general tribe. Name specifically a person. Like how if I did a DNA test and I just found out, oh, this person named A, B, and C is my cousins. Name the people that they found that they matched to over there, since their DNA is matched to them people over there. Because there's no way their DNA can match to those people, and they don't find that one ancestor over there related to them.
I can tell you though. Yeah, I can tell you.
The specific ancestors.
The way, hold on. The way DNA works is that you have two kinds of things that you can do. You can do SNPs.
The question. I didn't ask how DNA works.
Are you
I know
not
how
understanding
DNA
what
works.
I'm trying to say?
Answer the question. I'm trying to understand you answering the question I asked.
I don't think you're trying to understand me. You're just trying to shut down the conversation.
Answer the question.
Hey, host, can I answer
question.
the question without her interrupting here? Or
you said answer the question.
The question.
Yeah, please don't interrupt. Give me 2 minutes here. So the way
it's to say a name. Answer the question. Answer the question. Hey, love.
Oh my goodness. Listen, the way DNA works is you have something called identity by descent, or you have something called SNP variation. What they did in that particular study is SNP variation. They didn't do identity by descent.
Sir,
when you do identity by descent,
if you from Africa,
oh my God, are you stupid? Don't you understand what I'm trying to say?
Hold on 1 sec. God damn, y'all too loud. Y'all too loud, bro.
Sorry, my bad.
Like, y'all too loud. Like, God. What was I about to say? Do these people have names in this study?
Yeah. Well, no, they don't have names. What they do have is grave sites. I was about to say. The grave sites were marked. They don't have names.
What graves? Grave site? What? They got what? And they say they 100% African. What?
Yeah, no. I said individuals 10, individuals 16, and individual 20. Yeah, and there's individual 13 who's Native American as well. Particularly 35% Native American.
Who? All right, bro. I guess. Like, where are these folks from? Like, what part of Maryland? Did they specify what part of Maryland? Because I'm from here.
The Catacomb Furnace is it's an area. In the furnace. It's in the Catacomb Mountains area.
Catacomb. What? Catacomb.
CATOCTIN.
CTI. Oh, state in Thurmont. In Thurmont Mountain. I know exactly where this is.
Okay.
What county this is? This county is what county? So let me research. Oh, this is in northwestern Maryland. Like a lot of people migrated from these areas, bro. to this area, right? Now
I'm
that
not
being
claiming
said,
anything. I'm just telling you about the study, the particular study.
well, I think, well, shit, they would have to identify who these Africans are. Like, folks, oh, they're genetically this, and that, but who are the people they descend from? Like, who are
So
they?
Didn't he say Yoruba? Didn't he say Yoruba earlier?
Yeah. So the particular study they did was it's not just Yoruba. There's also the Senegambian
The Yoruba
individuals.
come from the Middle East. The Yoruba come from the Middle East, though. So
The Yoruba come from the Middle East. What?
they come from Mecca. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, it will tell us a lot. Like, if they not specifying who these people are, right? They ain't giving no name, right?
Hold on. The Yoruba don't come from the Middle East, sister.
Yes, they do.
They do. They come from.
What study is
Migration.
this?
It's called migration.
Their oral tradition. Their oral traditions.
Is there a genetic study that proves this, or?
Mandingo tribe too. They Arabs as well.
Thank you, Tyron.
There are multiple genetic studies saying West Africans have high percentage of ghost DNA and they don't know where it comes from. And they also have oral history of coming from the Middle East. So that should tell you something right there.
Have oral history that they came from the West.
All right, so I'm trying to find out where those Americans, the Black Americans, come from. Where?
America.
Yeah. Can you not hear?
They come from America
I ain't
because
gonna lie. I don't like the way y'all be saying black, but that could be very offensive.
So let me
I know,
ask
right?
you. So let me ask you, how long does someone, even if y'all want to believe the out of Africa theory, Mr. Don, how long does somebody got to be in the land before they're native to the land?
I guess you don't have to be there for a certain number of time because, like I said, I've been in the US for 20 years, but still nobody will.
No, I'm asking you. I'm asking you how long since all of y'all saying we're African, we're from Africa. Y'all want us to go back to Africa.
You guys are native. Nobody's saying.
I'm asking Don. No. Some of your people have. You missed it earlier. You should have been here a little sooner.
Okay.
So Don, how long before we're no longer considered African because we don't know nothing about Africa? 3 generations. So how many generations have we been here in America?
It depends because I've seen people that have been here like.
I'm talking about Black Americans. I'm talking about Black Americans, not immigrants. Not immigrants, Black Americans. How many generations, just the estimate, do you think we've been here in America?
Well, I would say about 4 generations. That's what I.
4 generations?
Yes.
Wait, let him finish. Oh, wait. Don't understand.
I would say about 4 because that is how much I know for my wife.
4 generations.
Yes.
And these are the people that come up to try to tell us who we are. So do you guys know your lineage 4 generations back over in Africa?
I know 3 generations for mine.
So you know less than us and trying to tell us though.
I'm not trying to tell you anything. See, it's just plain simple, right? We Blacks, we all come from
No.
It's just plain
No. So your wife has only been here for 3 to 4 generations?
No, I know 3 to 4 of our generation, but the rest I don't know. That's
okay.
I know.
4 generations. 4 generations is
that's
crazy.
Wild. That's real wild.
I'm gonna go ahead and burst up. I'm gonna go ahead and burst your bubble. I'm all the way back 14 generations in America, big dog. So I predate your shit by like 10 more generations.
So how much generation do you need to stay to disagree that the origin of Black started in Africa?
We have we're still looking into it, but a few of our people have dated back to, one has dated back to, they don't even know where his original Y chromosome DNA comes from, but they said it's hundreds of thousands of years older than y'all's and any other DNA they found on the earth. And he's a Black American, not an African. Also, we have Black Americans who date back to the ancient Egyptians, multiple of them. They're Black Americans. We also have ones who date back to ancient Hebrews that are also Black Americans. But we keep hearing that we come from y'all. Y'all are the oldest DNA. Y'all are the oldest people. Y'all are the first civilization. And my whole thing is, anytime I look at anything from a scientific point, just common sense tells me if somebody is the original of a certain species, if anything, that original at some point in time is supposed to start evolving. They should not have another species that that really is not even no species. Y'all, this is what I don't understand. Y'all need to use critical thinking. Y'all said we were all in Africa together 400 or 500 years ago, maybe 800 years ago for those who traveled and came here sooner, right? That's what y'all said. We left. We was the same people and said, wait, we left. Hold on, I'm almost done. I'm about to land my plane. We left. We was the same exact people. This is what y'all telling us. We was the same exact people. Yet while we were gone, we evolved heavily over here, where everything we did progressed the entire world, while you all stayed the same and did not progress until YT people came over there with the things that we helped them progress with. But we're the same people. So you're telling me the white people came to Africa and said, no, not you. Y'all like to call us a Akatas. So they said, no, not that one, not that one, not that one, not that one. They all look like a Akata. But no, let's get this one. This one looks smart and innovative. This one looks like they're going to invent something. Let's take all the smart ones, all the creative ones, all the musically talented ones, just all the ones that's going to make this utopia for us. They just looked at them and knew which ones to take and then left everybody else who didn't have those traits behind.
Yeah, but okay, you bring in civilization into the topic. So let me tell you something about civilization, right? I came to US. I knew nothing about cars. Within 5 years, when I came, I started working in Sears, and they sent me.
We invented the engine for cars.
Yeah, okay, that is fine. You invented the engine for cars, but it took me. When I came here, the engine was there. So what did I do? I learned the engine and I walked.
Wait, I don't know. No, can we go back? Because I'm not gonna skip over how you said we only been here 4 generations. So you're saying we haven't been here past the mid 1800s? You're saying we don't have any ancestors that were born before the mid 1800s?
No, that's not what
you're
I'm
saying. You're saying we don't have anybody older than our great grandparents in
no,
this country.
No, you do have them, but I'm talking about.
No, you said we've only been here 4 generations. 4 generations. That's a great grandparent.
4 generations. I know 4 generations.
That's a great grandparent. So you're saying we don't have any ancestors older than our great grandparents in this country.
Yeah, you all do have. Do you know that?
So Don, only research and only information you know came from your wife. You didn't do none of your own research.
Do you know the oldest? The oldest human skull was found in Africa. You know that?
We're not talking about that. You're saying we don't have any ancestors older than our great grandparents?
You do.
In this country?
No, you do have them.
So why'd you say we was only here for 4 generations?
Okay. No, the question that was asked was how many generations should you be to be considered American?
That's not what she asked you. She asked you how many generations do you think our ancestors have been here in this country? That's what she asked you.
And I respond, I don't know how many generations your ancestors have been.
You said 4 generations.
No, I respond that my wife's family, I know of 4 generations.
No, you said at first 4 generations. Okay. And she asked you really.
Sorry, my bad.
And then when he told you how long some of us have been here, you changed it and say, well, I know my wife has 4 generations, which is why I said some of y'all only have minimal research, minimal information about us, and then try to come on panels, go on podcasts, and talk about us and combat us and think you're going to tell us about who we are and teach us when you didn't even teach yourselves. That's disrespectful. Even come and have a conversation with us to try to tell us anything when you didn't even do no thorough research.
Okay,
you just telling us what your wife learned about herself.
Okay, let me go back on that one. Okay, on that one, I'm wrong. I don't know how many generations you've been here, but my main point on this is that we all blacks generated.
We hold on. People in the USA, they don't call themselves blacks with an S at the end. That's what white tea people call our people when they want to be racist. So you definitely not the same people as us calling us blacks. What is going on here?
Okay.
That's how we know that word ain't for you.
Okay, I identify as.
Anyways, I think it's really sinister that y'all like to use the 4 generation thing because a lot of people are stuck on their tree at the 4 generation mark because a lot of American Indians did not write. They purposely avoided censuses before the 1850s, and I think it's really sinister that y'all like to use the 4 generation thing as an excuse to say we from Africa because American Indians did not write their names down on censuses before that, and I think that's disgusting. I think y'all need to stop. I think y'all need to get some help.
All right, so correct me if I'm wrong. Where do black originated from?
Ain't no being black, bro. What are you talking about? My profile pic brown and shit.
Show me a birth certificate from Africa that says black on it. Show me that. Oh, he left. Okay. Y'all, can someone come here and show me a birth says all of a sudden Africans are black? I need to see that.
I think they actually come over as YT. I'm gonna be real with you.
One of these Africans to do a DNA test so they could show us all the cousins that's over here that they match to.
Hey everybody. I wanted to share some stuff that we ran into today. I think were you on Josh's live earlier today?
I don't know. Josh who?
What if if you know if you don't know, I mean who that? Lois, you know who Josh is, right?
You talking about that ignorant dude?
Yeah.
Hold on.
Oh, I don't go in his live. I don't go in his room.
Hold on, what ignorant dude?
You said
the one with the one who's half African. There's only one Josh, right?
Oh, I wouldn't call him ignorant, but yeah.
Ignorant to me because he be saying we African descendant, so that sounds ignorant to me.
Understandable.
I agree with him. He gets very, very disrespectful.
And
I don't like that.
He got a whole African immigrant as a parent trying to tell somebody else they African descendant. That sounds mad ignorant to me.
It's because, like I said, they be mad, so mad, because they want to be us so bad.
So what he did today was he uploaded his raw DNA into ChatGPT, and he asked it to do an analysis on his DNA and other people's DNA. He did this for like a multitude of people, right? And with this, they looked at the SNPs and the different alleles connected to those SNPs, and a lot of them were coming up as, especially like a lot of the Pan Africans were coming up having Native American, which is the SNPs, which. And then
I hope you screenshotted it. I hope you screenshotted it.
Oh, it was more a verbal usage of the ChatGPT function. So if anyone does have their raw DNA, and if you're interested into just seeing what ChatGPT actually gives you, I would try to upload that information in there and see what it gives you. You might be surprised.
Interesting. That's interesting. All right, we got Nick and we got Mac up here.
Whoever wants to talk first, I guess.
I have a question. I want to ask. I want to ask the host.
Yeah.
So,
what's up?
right, where you from? Are you an American or African?
I'm an American.
Native, right?
American Indian.
Oh, American Indian.
You're not Native Americans. I've said that like 7 times in this live.
All right, yeah, go ahead.
Annoying.
Yeah, but what's up, Nick? Where are you from? Hello? Oh, he's gone, I guess. All right. We got a Solani Bantu. How you a Solani Bantu is interesting.
Solani Bantu. We got Joyful.
You will be mostly Arabic. Yeah, she's trolling with that name, Solani Bantu. Because I know the creators and so on. So Right, Solani is American, so she's trolling. Mm-hmm. I get hit rock up anytime.
Ask Love one more question about what he was talking about real quick.
Yeah, go ahead.
Um, so you said it came back. I find it so funny. You said it came back Native American. So did it tell them how much Native American it came back and what tribes they are linked to based on their DNA markers?
They don't. It didn't say the actual one because ChatGPT doesn't give you all of them because a lot of that information is stuck with like the BIA and stuff like that. But the stuff that's actually online, they were able to at least pull the snips and match them to different ones. So like me personally, I did my brother's, and what I did was to do the analysis, you can actually put it into like a Python script. And I took that Python script and sorted through my brother's raw DNA to get an idea which ones he actually had in his DNA. So I think I have it up. Hold on.
Now you know them tests do not have the power to tell what indigenous tribe you come from in the USA.
Oh yeah.
To whoever asked that. That
just because I just think this is so hilarious. Like, because Josh is one of the ones that literally have been going like to the ends of the earth to disrespect and discredit any one of us that says we're indigenous to the land. And you say ChatGPT told him he was wrong. He is indigenous to the land. I think it's hilarious.
No, he been saying he been saying he's Native American, half Native American and half African or something like that, or half or part 1/3 Native American, 1/3 African American, and half African. Something wrong with that man. So he been saying he Native or whatever.
I'm an Arnold Palmer nigga. I'm a half and half nigga. Hey yo, I gotta drop the "You're from Africa" music video. You're from Africa, nigga. Oh.
You know what?
Bantus wish they were Mexican. Ain't nobody wishing they was Mexican yet.
My bad.
Go ahead.
Did y'all hear me?
Nothing you said.
Oh shit.
Nothing you said.
Okay, I'm sorry. So okay, so I think this is the allele. I mean, not the SNP, and then the letters are the alleles. And what they'll say is it'll match you up to what that allele is supposed to tell you. I mean that SNP specific is trying to tell you. So this one says that if you have these two, it will be a traditional like Native American or East Asian connection, basically. So each one I actually went down in his thing to see which ones match and what they actually told you or not. And then I think we even went back and went further because I think they was asking about different African ones and different like see if you had like sickle cell or something in your DNA. My brother doesn't have it, but it actually shows you if it was found or not. So like my brother has like mixed European, non-European. He also has likely Native, African, and East Asian for one of the SNPs. So you can actually go into the raw DNA and pull the SNPs and look at those SNPs and search it for certain allele patterns and see if it actually matches up with other demographics of people. But yeah, so you can, so if you ever have your like raw DNA and you have certain certain SNPs that you want to search, you can actually use a Python script to search it instead of you manually searching out your data. So I'm gonna start doing a little bit more research on different SNPs that were found in specifically in ancient DNA in America, and seeing if any of those come up in at least with my brother's DNA at least. Did that answer your question?
You hear a question?
No. Ms. Johnson had asked a question. I was making sure I answered her question.
Yeah, I heard you. My kids have me sleep over there loud. That's why.
Oh no, you're fine. You're fine.
Hey, Chicago.
Who's this Mac dude? He been up here cooling.
Yeah, I know. I ain't even been paying attention. He been chilling. What's the Mac? You there?
I'm here. Hey everybody.
How you doing?
Hey. This is Joyful. I have a few questions. Do I need to answer the talking point first?
Yeah.
What was it? Are Americans from West Africa?
Yeah, West Central Africans, yeah.
Okay, I can't say I necessarily believe that, but I did read somewhere where some of the Indians who were here in America, like the Cherokee Indians, the ones who got exiled out of their clans, got sent to West Africa. Some of them. Okay, so do I believe we're African? No. And I have my genealogy to prove that. So my question is for Darvid because he's from Maryland.
What's up?
Okay, so you're from Maryland. I'm in Georgia, but my dad is from Maryland. So basically all of his people are like in historical sites and stuff, the blacks and the Polks. But my ninth granddaddy is Benjamin Banneker.
Oh, for real?
Yes, and I found he's Indian, but everything they label him as African American. And okay, with the thing with Trump and the Smithsonian, he's in the Smithsonian. Like, how would you go like shit? Okay, well, I feel like I need to be trying to let them know, okay, well, he's one of them because I found the records where he's not, they're trying to make it like he's from Africa because he had knowledge of the stars and all of that stuff. But even the African tribe said, nah, he's not from here. And I found documents where the president, Thomas Jefferson, even said that his mom was a Black American. And then in all like documents where people are writing her description, they said she was tall with long dark hair and she was copper colored.
Oh, for real? Oh, wow, she was Indian. What part of Maryland was Banneker from?
And his father was from Georgia. And it's in my documents. They even say that he didn't have any kids when he definitely had kids and everything. Like, it's so many lies on him. It's crazy. And I just wanted to see how would y'all go about, like, if y'all was in my situation, what would y'all be trying to do? Because also right beside that line on my dad's side, the blacks and the Polks, they were considered the richest African Americans, which they are native as well. They fall in with
Oh my
the
God.
Powhatan clan, the Nanticoke clan, and
that's a fact.
like all of those. So they have all of our land tied up in historical shit, and it's like it's really pissing me off, to be honest. And then they writing stuff, everything they wrote on the Pokes and Blacks. Well, not everything, but a lot of that stuff they're putting in African shit, and it's not even true. It is not true. And all it takes is a small search, and you gonna find the father and where he was born, where they said he's from Africa, but he born in Maryland. You see what I'm saying?
Right. Banneker. They try to what? They say Banneker comes from fucking Liberia.
No, well, they were saying that, but guess what? They're also saying he's from a tribe. What was it called? I have to pull up my ancestry, because ancestry with the shit too, because you know how they'll put in the name for your ancestor and then the information on his name they already got African. You see what I'm saying? So it took me knowing. It took me knowing what I'm knowing to even research that. And no, even Thomas Jefferson said his mama from American and all this shit.
Well, they always
too.
lying on Ancestry. This girl said her grandma was born in Armenia, but Ancestry has her listed as being born in Turkey. Like, who does that?
Yeah, they got this. They try to say the Banneker or the Banaki. Yeah, it comes from the Vai people who lived in. Like, it's not even from a court record. It's from a goddamn book.
And
in
then
1981 of all things. In
and then
1981.
he built Washington on the ley line, so he had knowledge of the ley lines and stuff too. You know he's Aboriginal. You know he's
he got a petition and sue and people.
Turkey is in Armenia. Turkey and Armenia are two different countries.
Yeah, we got shit. We gonna have to come up with a lawsuit for a lot of people. Shit.
Yeah, so I'm gonna send you my information and the documents I already have, and just link with me, because it's very interesting to me, but I know it's my family, so I don't know how interesting it is to other people, but
yeah, for sure.
I love catching these folks in their lives, man. And then I'm from Georgia, so you can just imagine like how easy it is for me to get my information from my dad people up north. It ain't nowhere near like that out here in Georgia. And then you also got to deal with all of the courthouse record fires. You got to deal with Lanier. I found out I got ancestors in Lanier. Just all that BS.
Wow. So what you doing up here, Solani?
Hey Mac, she wasn't born in any region where which is now called Turkey today, so it doesn't matter. She was born in the location which is known as Armenia. So how can she be born in Turkey if none of her ancestors come from that region that is now called Turkey? Does that make sense to you? That's like me saying I was born in Mexico because Texas used to be part of Mexico. None of my ancestors were born in the part that is now known as Mexico today.
Yeah, they be lying. They definitely be lying. And then on the part where it said he's from Africa and then it had Georgia on there, it also said see history. Like we're just supposed to automatically assume because that's what the history books say.
Yeah, I'm looking at the court records right now that I got access to. Yeah, they try to say he ain't had no kids. Well, I'm sure these short, but you said they was listed as copper colored on their records.
No, not those records. It's some paperwork where people were describing his mother. And they were describing her as tall, copper colored with long, dark hair. And then the reason that's a big deal is because also, Thomas Jefferson said she was a Black American. But if you read all the stories that they want to sell it, they're saying that his mom was an indentured servant.
Right.
And bought a slave and then had kids and just
yeah, I know. I know it. Yeah, his mom's name. Yeah, I see that. But yeah, we got Solani up here.
But I appreciate y'all time. I appreciate the platform too.
For sure, no problem. Thank y'all.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay.
What you got for us?
Should I answer this question? Are Black Americans West Central Africans?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, So that's my answer.
Okay, you said some, not all.
Yeah, some, not all. I won't say that all Black Americans have ancestry from West Central Africa, but some do.
So why are you so combative?
How am I combative?
Like combative to like at least the talking points, right? That we have.
I don't understand what you mean.
I seen you come in the live yesterday saying we should stop claiming to be indigenous. I saw that.
You saw me come in your live?
Yeah, yes, I saw the comment yesterday. I literally saw you say, "Yeah, stop." Like you literally answered the prompt when you.
Okay, I probably did. I was
Yeah,
sleeping.
you was sleeping. All right.
No, but you know, I am a little disturbed by so many African Americans who claim to be indigenous.
So you didn't got traumatized with some folks. Now you taking that on?
Well, you're probably disturbed because you have a bad spirit. So.
Oh no, I have a great spirit, sweetheart.
Well, if someone claiming their lineage and not lying about their lineage is disturbing you, that's probably because there's something very wrong with your spirit.
No, I have a great spirit, sweetheart.
Not based on what you're saying.
Why would it bother
what
you?
I'm saying,
Why would it bother you
based
for us
on
to
who I
claim our
am, I
ancestors'
have a great
spirit?
spirit.
We're claiming our ancestors' spirit. How
no
could that
problem
bother
with
you?
I have no problem with you claiming your ancestor spirit.
You just said it disturbs you that African Americans are claiming indigenous.
Yes, African American.
And what proof do you have that these people are African American?
Their DNA.
Okay, you've seen their DNA?
Some of them.
Put it up on the screen.
Because I have DNA tested.
DNA testing, there's a reason why you're not allowed to use it in court because it's not real. It's not real.
I've seen many of the people. Yes, it is.
No, it's not.
I have seen many of the people who
So what you're going to do is you're going to explain how DNA tests work. I want you to explain, come on the big screen and explain how Ancestry DNA works, since you know so much about DNA testing. Let me put you up on the big screen. Got it.
What's up, hey Woody?
Yeah, so you go ahead.
So while you're
and turn on your camera and explain how Ancestry DNA testing or 23andMe, either one, go ahead and explain how they are able to find out where your genes come from. Go ahead and explain that since you're so knowledgeable.
And also let us know how many cousins they matched you to in these African countries they said you matched to.
Can please humble African.
You have to come off mute.
Yeah, you can come up humble African. As long as you stay a humble African, you can stay.
So I have plenty DNA cousins from Akan, about 11 from Ghana, who are Ghanaian. I have I have a whole lot who are from Nigeria, different tribes of Nigeria. So my aunt gets a lot of Cameroon. So I have plenty. And
more specific, because I've heard someone else say this before. You don't have to put their names out there. I've heard someone else say this before, but when they said this, they were talking about the Black Americans who matched to those places when asked about which cousins did they match to. So I'm asking just to make sure you understand, when I ask about cousins, I'm specifically asking about cousins that you found that lives on the continent. Okay, just making sure.
Yes,
just making sure.
You have all 4 great grandparents from the continent. Yes, I have plenty. I have found them. I DNA tested way back in 2012. I've taken almost all of the major DNA tests.
So you didn't answer my question. I asked you to explain how Ancestry DNA works. I asked you to explain how it works.
I'm not going to sit here and try to explain to you how DNA works. I'm not going to do that.
Oh, so you came up here with your big mouth telling people that they're African American because of a DNA test, but you can't explain it. This is why you big Humpty Dumpty people need to get on a treadmill instead of getting up here telling people where they're from. You worried about the wrong damn thing, and that's why you built like that.
Okay. He's talking this is for entertainment
David,
and
can I
educational
talk?
purposes only.
Priorities
Like, hold on, let me get this.
priorities
David,
all
can
over
I
the
talk?
place. And that's why your country, that's why your
Hello?
country look like that. That's why your stomach hanging to your knees. You're worried about everything that's wrong.
David, can I talk?
Humble, hold on real quick, bro.
Hold on, I'm trying to do this disclaimer real quick. Goddamn. But yeah, TikTok is educational entertainment purposes only. We do not encourage hate speech, bullying, or harassment.
I love
Yeah,
everybody.
drop some fruits in the drop some fruits in the chat, y'all.
No, let me drop into that.
Miss Solani, I got just a quick question. You did say that you took most of the other DNA tests and stuff. You wouldn't have happened to take the 23andMe test, did you? Hello? Did everybody hear me?
I heard you.
Did you? I
Yeah, I
think
heard
she.
Oh,
I don't
okay.
know if she's still on mute.
Miss Solani? Are you still there? I mean, if you're talking, you're on mute, by the way. I don't know. Well, if you can hear me, if you go to your 23andMe, if you have taken the 23andMe, hopefully you can pull it up. If you cannot pull it up, when you have chance, could you go to your ancestry composition and go into the scientific details and tell me which tribes come up on your specific DNA? I'm just curious. That's all. All right, go ahead, Humble. What you trying to talk about, bro?
Yeah, my question is, my wife is from America, right? So I'm from Ghana, right? So I have children here.
Can you hear me now?
So let's say,
Yeah,
you
we
hear
can
me?
hear you.
Yes.
Yeah, we can hear you, Solani.
Yeah, I have a question, right? So I came here. I live in America here, right? Newark, New Jersey. So my wife from America. She's American. So I'm from Ghana, right? So we have like 2 kids. So let's say in 100 years, if my son tell you like it's not from Ghana, he's from America, which answer you gonna give to him? And his DNA show like he's from Africa, but he was born here. So how you gonna tell my son in
He
400
has an
years?
American parent. Your kids have an American parent.
But his father from Ghana.
You're not American, but because you
Very good.
specifically
from Ghana,
are from
Africa.
Ghana, but because you're
So
from
how you gonna tell
Ghana,
my son?
he would wait a minute. We would not tell your son. We wouldn't tell your son specifically anything because he would be able to trace people he's related to in Ghana because of his father.
Wait, hold on. Hold on. Is the live lagging? Hold on. Is the live lagging? Hold on.
It's not from Africa.
Is the live lagging for anyone in the comments? Because it was low key like lagging a little bit before I came up here.
It's not lagging for me.
No, it's not lagging it's not lagging when I got up here, but when I was in the comments, it was kind of lagging. But go ahead, African. I'm trying to ask them a question about the live. Talking over me.
Not listening. Your children have one American parent. So what is your question?
One yes, but mostly everyone said it's fine.
Hello?
Yeah, what up?
Hear what I said? Did you hear what
Yeah,
I
I
said?
hear what you're saying.
Okay, so what is the question about?
I'm just saying, like, if my son, right, let's say in 100 years, he want to trace his ancestor, like where he came from, where his father came from, and he find out his dad came from Africa, right? So you're gonna deny him, like, oh, you're gonna deny, like, oh, he's not from.
Are you deny him what? He has one
You wanna
American
deny
parent.
like it's not from
Listen.
Africa
He
or
has
it's from
he has two different parents, one from one
yes.
place and one from another place, which means he's half, right? Right?
Thank you.
So what's the problem?
What's
No,
like?
no
Why would we
Guyanese
say he's
from
not from
Africa.
Africa? Why would he? Was he born in America?
Yes.
Yeah, we're gonna deny
So
that
when
he's
you
from
found
Africa.
out,
He was born in America.
thank you. You
Yeah,
understand?
we
But
gonna not.
that's not what we're
When you
talking about, though.
That's not what we talk about. Right. That's not what we talk.
oh, okay, I'm sorry. I'm understood. Sorry.
Yeah, that's not what we're talking about. Like he's not going to deny that he has African ancestry. No, him
Oh,
being
okay,
from
sorry.
him being from there, that's a different story. No.
Oh, okay, sorry.
Okay, so Ms. Solana, I don't know if you heard my question or if you were going to answer or what.
I'll be back.
I'm sorry. What did you want me to do?
Oh,
To bring up my 23andMe?
yes, ma'am. So your
Is that what you
23andMe,
said?
and then your ancestry composition, and then
One 23andMe.
correct.
Okay, I'll try that. I'll try to do that. Hold on.
Okay.
I'm up to make a statement. Hi, everyone. And my statement is, she said that her great grandparents, all four of them, are from Africa. So she's African. She would be what, second generation? That means her people, all four of her grandparents, or great grandparents, because my great grandparents, I knew
About
them.
me, first of all.
Hold on.
Are you saying that I said that?
Hold on a second. Hold on. I knew my great grandparents. They were born here, right? All of them. They weren't born in Africa. So
I didn't say that. I never said all
there's
four
people
of my
in the comments. You said
I said
say that.
No, I did not. No, I did not. What I
You
said
said all
was,
of your grandparents,
no,
trace
I
great
did
grandparents,
not.
trace back to
No,
Africa.
I did not. That's not what I said.
Multiple people hear that.
I did not say that.
Even the
What
comments are saying you
would
said
let
that.
me finish. Let me finish what I said.
Maybe you
please.
misspoke, but you said
Would
it.
you let me finish what I said? I said I have
correct it.
cousins who are from the continent. I have at least 11 Akan cousins that match my dad, who was 85 when he DNA tested. They have all four great and greater grandparents from the continent. I am American. All of my grandparents were born here in America.
Oh, your
except,
cousin. Okay.
Except my, let's say, one or two of my fifth great grandparents was born in Africa. If you go to right now, if you go to my TikTok page, you'll see I have posted an African great grandfather who was born in Africa, who was born in 1795, and he wrote it on the census that he was born in Africa. I have at least 3 or 4 of them like that. And these are
Some of them claim to be African to escape being taken as a slave, right?
Yes.
No.
They would lie and say, yeah. I know, I'm not saying, okay. No, you're assuming everybody was free already. But
no, 1870, he was free. Okay.
That's not what you said. You said 1700s.
No, he was born in 1795. It's the 1870 census.
Okay,
he was still alive.
Let me finish. I know what I said. I meant what I said. In the 1700s, whenever he arrived here, because he's on the 1870 census, you don't know when he first arrived here. So 9 times out of 10, he got here when slavery was not yet abolished. So he probably said he was an African to avoid being taken as a slave. That's what I was trying to tell you.
No, he was African. No, that's not true. He was African.
Does he have any parents on
in 1870? He was born in 1795. And he told the census taker that he was born in Africa.
Does he have a birth certificate?
That's the truth. That's all that matters, is that I know the truth.
Okay.
I'm not trying to deny it or to disclaim it. I am not Native American. I have some Native American ancestry, but
You're not Native American, but you have the ancestry.
I have
Just
some
like you have the
ancestry.
African ancestry, right?
I have probably
Mhm.
one great grandparent on both sides of my family that was Native American. So
Can
I
I
have
ask you one last question?
I have maybe 2% Native. That's it.
2%.
On his census,
Did it say
wait,
that?
I just want to
2%
ask
or
one more
less.
question. I just want to ask one more question about the African ancestor. Did it say that they came from one of the islands?
No.
So they came straight from Africa. They didn't stop at one of the islands first.
I don't know. All the census tells me is that they were born in Africa, that their parents were born in Africa. That's it. That's
Well,
all I
on their
have.
way here, what port did they stop at? Like, when did they make their entrance here? Because they have it on the records of who was
Most
aboard
likely, if
ships.
it's South Carolina, they came from Barbados. I'll have to.
I didn't know
Okay,
Barbados.
I asked her that
I didn't know
question.
Barbados was in Africa.
Yeah, that's why I asked the question, because of the fact that, like I tried to tell her to look this up, is that they would leave here to escape being, enslaved, and there was other stuff going on, but I ain't gonna go deep in that history right now when it comes to the American Indians. But they was trying to escape. So in order to escape, some of them went to the islands. Wait a minute. So when they went to the islands, when they got there, they would tell them that they were Africans, so they wouldn't have to go through certain things, and then they will stay there for a little bit, maybe start a family, whatever the case is, and then leave there and come back to America.
Good fairy tale, but
I'm
that's
not
what
talking
happened.
about your. Okay, ma'am. I don't know why you're taking offense.
That
I
sounds
didn't
like
say
a
that's
very
what
good
happened
fairy
to your.
tale, but that's not what's
I
going
am
on.
not
That's
telling
what's
you
written
what
on my
happened to
record.
your family. I'm not telling you about your records or your family. I am telling you an example of what some of them would do. You can look this up. It is part of history. Some of them would lie and say they were African and go to the islands, stay there for a while, and come back to America as an African or as a Barbadian, as a Jamaican. They would come back as anything but an American. So when they got here, they would not be a slave.
You talking about fairy tale, but you said you're not Native American, but then you have Native American ancestry. Then you did blood quantum, saying you 2%, which is a white supremacist colonial construct that doesn't exist. When I asked you to explain DNA testing so you can prove how those percentages work, you made excuses, you couldn't explain it. And then when she asked if you had an ancestor that came from Africa, you listed an ancestor that came from Barbados. Is wrong with you? I think you're trolling at this point.
How are you Solani though? That's what I'm still trying to figure out. If you straight African.
I probably have more British and Irish ancestry than I have Native American ancestry, and I'm not British.
I don't believe you there either, because the British and Irish, they were against mixing with Africans. They mixed with American Indians. They did not want to mix with Africans. There was no benefit to mixing with Africans, and in fact, they would have been thrown in jail for mixing with Africans. So nobody believes you. Stop
I
playing
don't
with
have
us.
any Native
Stop
American
playing with us.
culture.
Stop playing with us. Irish
No
people,
American
Irish and English people that were not mixing with Africans. That did not benefit them in any way, and it put their lives in danger. And it risked their and hold on, and it risked their land being and it risked Africans stealing their land and their surnames. So I don't know why you got up here. I don't know why you got up here lying.
I have black culture.
Lying. Hello, I don't know why you got up here lying on our European ancestors.
I
have European ancestors, and they would have never touched your African ancestors. There was no benefit
no
to doing
Native
that.
American.
So stop coming up here lying. Instead of yapping, you can explain how DNA test works, like I asked you to do earlier.
I have no Native American culture.
Okay, we're not Native American, so we don't care. We're not Native American, so we do not care. We're not Native American, so we don't care.
I do not. I have.
We're not Native Americans, so we do not care. We do not care. We do not care. We're not Native Americans, so stop telling us about Native Americans. We don't care. Explain how the DNA test works. Go ahead and do that.
Hey, Venus.
Go ahead and explain how the DNA. I didn't ask what you are. Go ahead and explain how the DNA testing works.
Hey, Venus.
Yeah.
Can I get out the other thing real quick?
Oh my gosh! Why does it keep doing that?
not the
I'm trying to put you on the big screen. You don't want to go on the big screen?
No, I was asking. Solani was pulling up something.
I was, but you know, she keeps talking, and
no, you talking about some 2% Native American. I want you to prove how those percentages work. Because you're not going to come up here spreading pseudoscience. You're not going to come up here spreading pseudoscience. You out your own mouth said you were 2% Native American.
I am not.
You said you were 2% Native American. Now you coming up here trying to change the. Come over here and explain how the percentages work. You're not coming up here to spread. You're not coming up here to spread pseudoscience to young people. That's not what you're doing.
She don't know.
But now you're saying you're not Native American after you just said you was 2% Native American. You're lying, and you're old as hell. You're too old to be lying. You're too old to be up here lying. You're too old to be up here lying.
I don't know what you are.
You just said you was 2% Native American. Now you're saying that you're not Native American. You're a liar. You are a liar. You are a liar. Old and washed up and lying. You're not an elder at all. This is not what elders do. You're not an elder. You're just old.
What about her lineage?
That does not make me.
Hold on. What about her? What about us not having the same lineage as us is so disturbing? What do our lineage have to do with you being disturbed? If you and your people found out that y'all African, okay, that's great. What do that have to do with average Black Americans? What do they have to do?
You know
with
what? I didn't say anything about you. I said my cousins.
You said when you first got up here,
disturbed that African Americans were claiming indigenous. That's what you said.
Hello. What do our indigenous lineage have to do with you, and why does it disturb you so much? Are you disturbed because you didn't find any indigenous lineage?
I don't even know you. I don't care what you are.
That's not what you said earlier. You said you were disturbed by African Americans claiming indigenous.
That's not a proper response to the question, ma'am. You said find any indigenous
earlier. You
ma'am.
You said that's not what you said.
You said earlier that it disturbs you that so many African Americans are claiming indigenous DNA. Why does that disturb you?
My own cousins.
Why does our lineage disturb you? Talking about your cousins, girl. We don't give a damn about your cousins. What do Black Americans have different DNA strands than what you got going on? Why does it upset you? Why does it disturb you so bad?
You've been caught lying multiple times. I think I'm at this point. I think you just need to be dropped down to this point. Because first you said you didn't have Native American DNA. Then you said you were 2% Native American. Then you said
is not
you weren't
enough Native American to be called.
Hello. Then you said you were Native American.
Tripping.
Your grandmother doesn't. So your grandma.
You're tripping.
You said that she doesn't matter. You said that your Native American ancestor does not matter.
You are.
Yeah, so you got caught lying. First, you said you didn't have a Native American ancestors. You said you had no Native American ancestors. Then you said you were 2% Native American. Then when I asked you to explain how percentages work, because you brought up percentages, you made excuses saying that you don't know and you're not going to explain it because you're a goofy, right? And then again, you said you had no Native American DNA. Right after that, you had said that you had 1 or 2 Native American ancestors, but you're not Native American. You said you're if you're going to keep lying, I think I'm just going to drop you down because there's no point in having a discussion with you. You're a liar. Nobody wants to have conversations with liars. There is no debate to have with a liar. Yeah, I'm taking off Showtime now, but that's ridiculous.
I was about to say, I came back at Showtime.
Hey. Caught lying multiple times, Darvid. She said she had no Native American ancestors. Then she said she was 2% Native American. Then she said she had 2 Native American ancestors, but that doesn't make her Native American. Then she went back to saying she's not Native American again. Then she said she's disturbed by African Americans claiming indigenous DNA. Then when we called her out, she said, "Oh, I was talking about my family, not all African Americans." She's a whole liar. She switched up like 8 different times, and you can play the recording too.
Didn't I tell y'all based on her goddamn name? She was gonna be trolling. I told you that.
So
What's
I was
up,
gonna
Ron?
ask her. Oh, sorry.
No, I was just addressing somebody in the chat. Go ahead.
Okay. I was just gonna ask her before she went on tea time for all this time. Even though she, successfully found her African people, why is it almost every Black American that I have seen or met that's done these DNA tests?
When you have when they had their child, who did that child marry? Another African from Ghana, from the whatever tribe she said. You're not going to do that. That doesn't happen over here. I don't know anyone who has found more than one African in their lineage. Not one person. It's always just one. So when she says that, she has all these African ancestors, I'm trying to figure out how when they were brought over here. So you have one ancestor, right? One ancestor that came over here, so to say.
Said they came from Africa, but then she said they came from the ship from Barbados. And did y'all learn that Barbados was located in Africa in high school?
She said they could
did
have.
I miss geography or something?
She wasn't definitive on it, so I'm gonna give her that. But yes, I'm gonna say this: in my lineage and my oral history on my father's side, that we had an ancestor, a direct grandfather that was African. So I started to research the genealogy to find out that he was actually, it says he was born in Africa. He told the census record he was from Africa. But in actuality, if you do more digging, not just on your ancestor, but the enslaver as well, and the history and all of that and what they were doing, the enslaver had never been to Africa. He got my ancestor from Jamaica. And I found the location where he got my ancestor from. So my ancestor was actually from Jamaica and not Africa. So I had to go back to my family and let them know that that is not our history. This is our history. So, like you say, people were taken back and forth to the islands and things like that. People don't know that history. They just really don't. The DNA testing, you can throw that out the window. That's only good for connecting to your cousins, and that's it. It's not. It doesn't tell you anything else. That's it. And I can't remember, but was that tribe even from West Africa, or were they from somewhere else? I'm gonna have to do some more digging on that.
Yeah, the tribe is from Africa, it's from Ghana. They are Ashanti people. They are the Akan people.
Oh, I mean, in origin, like well before all of that, because a lot of West African tribes are not from West Africa.
Can you name me any one West African tribe that's not from Africa?
Mandika, the
Sorry?
Yoruba,
Yoruba was not from West Africa.
the Igbo. I mean, I'm not going to get into a back and forth with you on it because I know what I know.
Okay,
I've been to Nigeria and I've asked Yorubas, plenty of them, and they say that their origin is Saudi Arabia. Also Yemen. So it's not far fetched that is the origin. I'm not saying that they don't live there. They do. They did come down and colonize the original people there. But I'm saying a lot of those tribes are not original to West Africa.
Okay, I'm actually not Yoruba, so I'm not gonna talk much on it. My name is Kojo from Ghana. I'm an Akan from the Ashanti tribe. And I think it's time that we have to let people be whatever they want to be. It's not by force somebody to claim an African. Right?
No, let. You guys act like you are the authority of us. What do you mean let? Let them. Who are
I'm
you?
not saying
You
I
get
said
what I'm
it's
saying?
time. Look, calm down.
I mean, that's what a lot of you say. A
I'm
lot of
saying
you
it's
say that.
time.
Oh, be
No,
whatever
no,
you
no,
want to
no.
be. I don't care. Or
I'm saying
we're
it's
gonna
time.
let you be who you want to be. What?
Nobody is have authority over anybody. What I'm saying is it's time for anybody to be whatever they want to be. That's what I'm trying to say.
It's not whatever we want to be. It's who we were birthed.
I'm not saying you. I'm saying I'm part of it.
I'm saying anybody. You are birthed from people, from
Then I'm
actual
saying
that
people that
because
were
he's
living.
saying, because he's going to say next that if we want to be American Indian or Indigenous Americans, that they can be Black Americans.
Look, why would I say that? Why would I say that?
I've heard y'all say it many times before.
No, look,
It's not that. It's not even a want. I don't.
Listen.
Maybe your verbiage is wrong, but
that is
a want, and you can be. I give you the authority to be whoever you want to be.
Nobody's
Like
giving
I'm
anybody
just saying, maybe your verbiage is a little off when you're talking to us. But we have parents that had parents that had parents and parents and parents and so on. So it's not about a want. It's about who we are. You get what I'm saying?
So if you are African native, that is okay.
I got a
I'm an
question.
African, and I think nobody, we Africans, is not calling anybody to be African or to be an African. If
You
think
guys
you're
are. You guys are doing that.
Yeah, we are. We are Africans because we are from the land of Africa.
No. I'm saying you Africans are trying to tell us who we are every day of our lives. So you say that we're not.
Do you know how many people in Africa? And let me
Of
tell you,
course
Africa
I
is
do.
not
It's
like-
billions and billions of people, 54 countries and thousands of tribes. Yes, I've
So you
been
have to
there.
be
I've been
specific.
to Africa, sir. I know.
You been to Africa, right? I'm in Ghana. I don't know what is happening in Nigeria. I'm in Ghana. I don't know what is happening in Kenya.
I understand that. It's 54 countries. We know that. But there's plenty of Africans from different countries and different tribes that are telling us who we are every day. So it's like when you guys get on these panels and talk to us, hey, we don't know them. We don't really know their history like I think we do. Maybe we should listen to them and allow them to tell us who they are. I don't see you guys doing that. I don't need them.
Damn, you bouncing. I was gonna ask you something.
Mhm.
That boy Arab too.
Thank you for them. I keep telling
Exactly. I don't know why they won't tell the truth about their origins.
Can y'all put me on a big screen real quick?
All right. And I'm gonna play a song after.
All right. So, oh damn, she left. Damn it. I'm really trying to get her to do this.
Ain't no point. They ain't
for
gonna.
her to do it. I was wondering why she was all quiet.
I don't really know how to do it. So
oh, there she is. Hey, Miss.
I don't know what I'm doing because I don't do lives usually.
Okay. No,
And
you
then
don't
I really shouldn't have done this because I don't like arguing, and I certainly don't like to argue about my ancestry and my heritage. And you guys have
African,
twisted
that's fine.
every
You're
word I
African.
said.
You're African, ma'am.
Hold on.
You told us.
Yes, I am. I am. I like that. Thank you. I'm West African. My ancestry is West African, but I am an American, and my ancestry has been in America for a very long time. Thank you.
Okay, hold on.
Yes, I don't have a problem with that.
Before we
You
get
can
off,
call me African. Thank
off
you.
topic, hold on. All right, so Miss Solani, the thing I was asking about, so when you go to your scientific details and you go here to when you go to
I would like to show you.
You don't have to show us.
I don't
It's
know
okay.
how to do that.
No, you don't have to
Say
show
it
me.
again?
You don't have to show me. It's okay. I just wanted you to go to the scientific details and just refer to us what you see. So I'm gonna make sure my brother. Okay. So when you go to scientific details, it'll actually give you sometimes the tribes that they connect to. So it'll give you like your African diaspora. It'll give you other tribes that you're connected to that they found in your DNA, right? So I was wondering if yours look like this. So my brother's, he has the African, like he has like 87% African, but for some reason, and I thought this was very odd, none of the African tribes are detected in his DNA.
I do. I have African tribes detected in my DNA on 23andMe, but there are not as many of the Akan that are tested on 23andMe as there are on Ancestry DNA. So the African tribe that I have detected on my DNA is from Nigeria, which is my highest. I won't even say one of my highest, which is my highest my highest genetic match is to Nigeria and to several different Nigerian tribes. Okay.
Okay.
The news just do a breaking news report about a Black woman who did Ancestry and 23andMe, and Ancestry told her she was a white European in Ashkenazi small hat. She had zero Black DNA. She had zero Black DNA.
I don't know why Love is pulling that up and stuff when she can't even explain how DNA test works. She talking about I got this and that. I've been asked you to explain it. Why? Well, what is going on here? When are you gonna explain how they work? When are you gonna explain?
I actually can explain it, but I don't want to.
Go ahead.
That's not what I came on here for.
Go ahead and
Well,
and I'm not going
can you
to
answer my question as to why us having American DNA and American lineage disturbs you?
Thank you. I'm just gonna say that, Chicago. If it disturbs you, you need to explain. You need to explain how.
I'm
it works.
not going to explain.
I'm calling ice. I'm calling ice on you.
Hey yo, hello. I think we need a music break.
I don't know you.
I think we need.
I did not say that about.
Then why does our lineage disturb
music?
You?
Yep, music break time. Yep, it's getting a little too spicy up here. Music break. Video dropping tomorrow. Music video dropping tomorrow. Oh, wrong shit.
You're from Africa, nigga. You're from Africa, nigga.
Very fitting for the title, right?
You're from Africa, nigga. You're from Africa, nigga. You're from Africa, nigga. Just look at your features. I can find telling you in Nigeria. You're not from America. We ain't hearing you.
Y'all can request up. Y'all can request. It's getting a little too hot up here. Another land.
Because I look too good. That's why I'm getting a little hot up here.
By the white man. Your names came from the white man. Your culture is of the white man. You can't breathe without the white man. We work better with the white man. Making money with the white man. You know we love the white man.
Oh, the white man.
Why can't you get a job? You get killed by cops. Pull up your pants. Go to school, nigga. You're from Africa,
They come to our lives every day and tell us. And that was every day. All right.
Hello, David. I have a question, right?
What's up?
Yeah, I've been American for 12 years, right? So I have a problem with this. Well, what they said, like black, like they from Africa, they get pissed or they get mad. Like Africa is not like human being, or you don't deserve better, or what? I don't understand.
Huh?
Are you saying we're saying you don't deserve better? What you mean?
No,
Y'all
like,
deserve.
Africa don't deserve better. Like when they tell like when you from Africa, like you get pissed or you get mad. Like I don't understand. Like
Told
it's
you.
not you. It's a lot. It's a lot of Americans when they tell them, "Oh, you look like
She
African."
said,
Say,
"Pray about it."
But
"Oh no,
if
I'm
we
not from."
said you were Chinese, what would you say?
We say what?
If I called you Chinese and said you come from China, what would you say?
It's normal because I know God created me.
No,
So it's
what would you
normal.
say? What would you say?
I'm gonna say. I'm not gonna say nothing. I'm
You
human
oh,
being.
so you're just gonna be quiet and not tell them
That
I'm
makes
from
sense.
China
A
and
lot
not
of y'all are in
Chinese?
China. A lot of y'all are in China right now claiming you're Chinese. So that makes sense why you would say nothing.
I don't understand why you wouldn't. If somebody is talking to you and they're telling you you're from China, you're Chinese, you would just not say anything. You would say, "No, I'm a proud Ghanaian man."
But
Right.
no sound like maybe I hate Chinese or I hate different
Okay, let me tell you
Okay,
this.
so
culture.
you
You
Chinese.
understand?
The way that we
The way
talk,
Venice
I
and
don't
the
think
way
you
you guys
African. I
sound,
don't think you
you,
Chinese.
you
the
guys
way that we
sound like
talk is not hate.
you
Okay,
guys sound like African is shit to you.
the
No,
way
you're not
That's
African,
what
bro.
I
You
feel.
Chinese. I don't think you African. I think you Chinese. So tell us about
Yes,
China.
I'm Chinese. I take it like that because
but
you
the
all
thing
gonna
is
die one day.
it's not the fact that somebody's angry. I don't think anybody's angry here. I think we're all
No, you guys hungry.
I
What they
think
call
we're
you
chilling
guys
at home. I
like
think
you
we're
guys from
chilling.
Africa or
No,
you say
because
your
you guys
ancestors from
talk
Africa,
differently.
you guys get
Sir,
pissed.
sir, you guys talk differently than we do. Okay, do
We
you not
don't get
understand?
pissed because. Oh, sorry.
No, I'm just trying to explain to him that we're not angry. We're at home. I'm chilling on the sofa, having a glass of wine, just talking to people on the internet. But the thing is that we don't communicate the same way. We don't talk like you talk. We talk like how we talk. We have passion in our communication, in our vernacular.
Mhm.
Very clever with our words. We do little things like that. So it's not. I don't think anybody's sitting around like angry. You get what I'm saying? I think we're
I
serious.
understand.
I think we're serious. And I think this is everyday occurrence that people tell us something. Would you get irritated if every day somebody woke you up and said that?
That's what I was gonna say. It's irritation you're hearing. It's not anybody being angry or trying to say Africa is a dump. Like, no, that has nothing to do with it. Africa is whatever it is. Our thing is that you're trying to call us African because white people told y'all we was African. And y'all left it
No,
at whatever it is. Let
no,
me finish.
no
Let me
anybody
finish.
can show me.
Let me
Listen,
finish.
no
Let
anybody
me
can
Let
show
her
me.
finish.
finish.
Humble.
Let me
Let her finish.
finish.
Humble.
I'm almost
Be,
done.
be
Y'all
a
let the
humble
white
African.
people.
Go ahead. My bad.
Okay. Y'all let the white people tell y'all our identity, and y'all said, oh, okay, y'all got here, saw us, knew that we didn't look, act, or sound like y'all, but y'all still said y'all are still us. Y'all told us we're African, even though we have not been to Africa. We're not from Africa. Our parents aren't from Africa. We've been here a long time. We're proud Americans. We're not the ones who get angry. Y'all get angry when y'all tell us we're African and y'all think we're going to jump up and down and say, yes, I know, my brother, we're Africans. No, y'all get irritated because we say we're proud Americans. The anger comes from y'all side.
Talk about me. I got the right to be angry. First of all, my tax money goes to y'all without my permission. Why am I paying taxes to you? What do you do for me? Why am I paying taxes to you? My taxes goes over there, right? You come over here, you move into my neighborhoods, buy up all the land, buy up all the businesses. I gotta send you money over there in Africa. You come over here, you identify as African American, Black American, FBA, Sulani. You identify as everything my people identify as. Then you say we come from Africa. Then you steal our cultural practices and say that Ebonics was made by Africans, soul food was made by Africans. You are committing ethnocide. You are committing ethnocide. I got the right.
David?
Hello. I got the right to be angry. You're committing
Who the
ethnocide.
hell
You're
is
trying
David?
to.
Can I talk?
You are trying to erase my people off the map. You are trying to erase my people off the map.
But yeah.
I should really. Lucky y'all ain't doing that on purpose. In person.
Does anybody know who a David is? I've been trying to find them all night. Oh, anybody?
Live my people and replace us. I don't care what y'all say.
Don't look at the name, Darvid.
I know. They're like, oh, David. Like, who the hell's David? David. Like, I don't know who that is.
David sound like a white man.
I mean, I know a David that come through here every once in a while. He pretty old. You know, we's all from Africa. He comes like we're Indians, but they came from Africa.
We asked y'all to
30,000
stop.
years ago.
We asked y'all to stop saying the N word because you don't have no history with that word, and y'all don't even use it correctly. Your response is that we come from you, you're the originals, and we're N words, right? That's because you're white tea people. Y'all got white tea people talking points. You don't even like it. You telling me I don't like Africa. You don't like Africa. That's why you all over here and in the UK and in China and in Russia, everywhere but Africa, right? But I gotta
EVAs.
like Africa and you don't even like it yourself. Like what?
That's why they black.
Yeah, the way they say the N word is horrible. They should just refrain from saying that shit.
You're from Africa,
Even say the word
nigga.
black. You shouldn't even say the word black. You use black as a slur as well. I don't like how it sounds when it comes out your mouth.
Niggas put E's.
It sounds like a cop saying it.
You're from Africa, nigga. Oh.
Chinese say it way better than them. That's wild.
Ashamed to be black. Like what? What's going on here?
It's the K. I always wonder why. I always be wondering why, why all of a sudden the Africans are trying to claim us now. Especially because the people, these alleged ancestors that we have from Africa, y'all sold them off. All these people y'all claiming that we came from, y'all sold them off. They wasn't worth a shit to y'all then. Why would they be worth a shit to y'all now?
Happened. I thought we was your SLAVEs that y'all sold for alcohol.
Right.
Selling your own people for alcohol.
And sweet
Who
potatoes and shit.
Alcohol
Now
and rice.
all of a sudden, Africans care about the descendants of the Africans that they sold off. I've never heard an African come here and say, "Hey, yeah, I had some information that one of my ancestors had been bought and sold over here, and I'm looking for my American distant cousins." I've never heard an African say that.
Man,
said you live in USA or something? I thought that's what you said. You know the USA has been stolen from the indigenous people and you still move over here? Disgusting. 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 We've asked y'all to stop moving over here so we can get our land back and you still do it. Disgusting. You don't stand with indigenous people at all.
The niggas ain't sitting that one canoe over. We was Africans.
No, they don't even get how deep this shit really go. They think it got something to do with us being ashamed to be African descendant. Baby, this shit got to do with real life lineage, land plots, land patents, things that our ancestors had left to us that you have other people trying to claim.
And trash about the white tea man when the white tea man gives them all their crops, gives them all of our tax money, and lets them get citizenship on stolen land. But you complain, you talking all that trash about the white tea man. Why do y'all treat white tea people like that when they're literally your only allies, but you're treating them like dirt on the ground? Really? That's probably when they come back in their continent taking what you stole from them. Because I really think y'all stole everything from them. And I really think you rule over them right now, because why are they complaining about you but they're still sending you billions of dollars of money, billions of dollars of crops, and letting you invade their countries? That's probably because you still rule over them right now.
All I'm gonna say is this though, like real seriousness. Even if we was Africans, me personally, nobody else can agree, but me personally, even if we was, I would still say F y'all, because y'all was here while we was getting strange fruited, and now one of y'all threw a bottle, chopped down the road, no nothing, like, and Africans was here.
No sanctions.
So I'm trying to figure out, like, when y'all was here and watching us get strung up and bit by dogs, the fuck were y'all at? So me personally, even if I was an African, it's still F y'all. And that's just me personally. So yeah, I ain't African. I ain't got shit to do with it. I'm gonna be always 100. Y'all ain't do shit with us. Black Britons ain't do shit for us. Everybody in the world got a problem with Black Americans. But in real life, y'all hold y'all heads down every time we walk by and lock y'all car doors and shit, man. Y'all scared of us. Stop playing with us.
Humble.
On King David and them.
Exactly.
Humble.
That's a good point.
I have a question for you. Does it say humble? Okay.
Yeah, humble.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm listening.
Okay. Do you have a great grand uncle or grand auntie that was taken
Yes.
over here? That was taken over here?
Yes.
Where did they land? Where did they come?
Like I said, right? I have little history I can teach you guys. You understand? I
Yeah, tell me
know
where. Well, tell me
everybody.
where they came
Okay.
from. I mean, tell me where they
Okay.
landed here in the
No, I'm not
Americas.
talking. Let me start from Africa, right?
No, no,
Let
no,
me
no,
teach
no,
you a
no,
little
no.
bit about
No,
my.
I asked
No,
you a
let me start from
question. This is
Africa
the problem.
before coming
Because I
here,
just asked
right?
you a question. I'm not asking about the story. I just asked you, do you have a relative that was taken from your country, your tribe, your village, and brought over here to the United to what is now the United States of
Okay.
America
Okay.
into
When you go
slavery
to my country, right, where I came from,
and
so when you
still?
go to Ghana, you're gonna see. You're gonna
I don't
see,
need to
or
see
you're
the
gonna
castles.
know. Listen. You know what I'm talking about. You don't want to
I asked you a question, humble.
That's why I want
Sir,
to.
that
I
question
want to
she
give you
asking
answer.
you is very clear. Now you know we sitting over here
Okay,
speaking the
through my
same
history,
language, bro.
through
Stop
my
getting
history,
on
when you
these
go to
panels
Ghana,
capping with us.
listen.
The lady asked you, do you have a
That's why I want
ancestor
to
from
give you
your
an answer.
family that was
Yes,
taken
through
from
my
Africa
history.
to America? And if you
Yes,
do,
through my
can you
history.
please tell us the boat, ship, or place that they landed?
That's why I want to
But it's
tell you
not
why
the
you don't want to.
no, 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 no. It's not the history. I'm saying personally, from your parents to your grandparents to your great 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 grandparents, who is not your not your
Okay,
overall
I
blanketed.
don't know none of
Listen,
them, but through my history,
no,
I
you
can
can't
tell
do
you.
that. These were actual
Listen,
people we're talking
Regardless, bye
about.
bye. Since he can't answer, like, all
Yeah,
right,
you can't do that. You cannot
bye bye.
hypothetically make up a person and try to attach yourself to them, and you're not. That doesn't make sense. I'm asking a specific question. I'm to be honest with you, you guys, I'm tired of the back and forth. I want
Yeah,
names.
same.
I want
Same.
names of your of your so-called ancestors because I mean, if they would have had to have you before they left it to be your ancestor. But I'm just saying, I'm taking names now. I'm taking names and
Yeah,
location.
Hey, this
for
this off
sure.
topic. I wanted to say what's up to everybody on the panel for one, but Darvid, I wanted to say congrats too on the medal.
Thank you. You feel me?
Thanks. Congratulations,
I
family. Hey, that's it up.
I ain't. I don't even say it for sure.
The medal.
It's a BJJ medal.
Yeah. Nah, I was gonna say this. Peace to kinfolk. Peace. What's up, family? So y'all, I was gonna say this. For today, I was at work, right? You know, I had to do a little double today. You feel me? Cause I'm trying to get a little coins in when I go on my next trip or whatever. But basically, you know how you have people that go outside and you notice that they don't pay attention to the things that surround them. That's sometimes what I have to experience, right? And be how I study psychology, on top of that, I also noticed that some of the things that I learned in school also will apply in real life, right? And a lot of these foreigners that come into America do not have the same mental or the same type of, what's the word I'm looking for, you know how every country have their own way of living. They don't have the same living as us, right? We are more modern. We're more a little bit more advanced than some of these people, right? And when you ask them a certain question, it's like they don't understand fully. Even though they understand English, they don't understand or comprehend the question that you're asking them. And it shows a lot. Even if you're trying to direct them somewhere, they're still not gonna understand what the hell you're saying. So it really is all deals with where this person comes from directly, because a lot of people that I notice that come from like France, freaking Norwegian, West Africa, a little down to South Africa. And I'm highlighting the French kids the most because them motherfuckers are the most annoying people to even deal with. So you will see like a lot of people that's not from America have a hard time comprehending half of the shit that we tell them. So when we like have conversations with them and ask them questions about their family, I bet you they don't understand the words that we're saying to them.
He knew because he wanted to negate. He said yes, he did, and then he switched it and said no. I have the history. So I think that he finally got what I was saying, but I do agree with you. I do agree with you. They don't have a lot of the courtesies and things of that nature and understanding of our nuances. But it just shows how advanced our vernacular is, our English is, and so you might have to repeat it a few times. But he got it because he confirmed.
Yeah, I'm glad you did that. Unfortunately, but when you said like repeating some multiple time, me, I don't repeat it. I say it 2 times, and then I'll have to physically show you what I'm talking about because not in that type of like that violent way, but I'm meaning like if you're not understanding the words that's coming out my mouth, then I have to show you in your face so you can see exactly what I am talking about. And so a lot of people are visual learners. They can't have a conversation without actually learning something and understanding something. So they have to actually visually see what you're talking about. So even if you're asking them about their family ties or whatever, they don't know exactly where they gotta look at. They don't know exactly who, which member in their family they gotta talk to when it comes to information like that. So it's a lot of this type of instance.
Peace to everyone. How's everybody doing?
I'm all right.
Thank you, host, for allowing me to come up. Um, I don't know. I don't really know about anyone else's interactions with some of the Africans on here on TikTok, but just being honest, I've been on panels and they know exactly what they're doing and they know exactly what we're saying to them. There may be one or two people who may be a little, confused here and there culturally. Like when we start talking in our own vernacular, they may not be able to, translate because it's our vernacular. We know what we're saying to each other no matter where we are. But for the most part, when it's like subjects or topics or someone asking a direct question like what my sister did on the side of me, they know exactly. They know what genealogy mean. They know what ancestry mean. They know what
Right.
So they know these terms. But other than that, they wouldn't be on there arguing with people and asking them questions to prove who they are, prove where they from, and their pedigree and stuff like that. So I just think some of it is just people are just being agents and they're being disingenuous and they're
Mhm.
trying to covert and confuse people and to keep that narrative going that doesn't needs to be in our community anymore because people have benefited off of our ignorance. Other words, they play both sides of the field. They got one hand
Mhm.
over here and one hand somewhere else, and they're getting money put in both of those hands. So now people are seeing that the people that was misplaced over here that have this bad connotation about us, about being lost and not knowing who we are, because I've heard Africans say that too. Oh, y'all don't know who y'all are. Y'all don't know who y'all are. Okay, so now when our people start to show who we are, now it's a problem. So it's a game.
Right.
And it
It's a game.
disturbs their spirit.
And it's so crazy, family, that you said that because I highly agree with you on that part. Because I like to be, open minded when it comes to people that I meet. Like I don't ever want to assume over a person agenda, especially having a conversation with them. So I try to not wing it out to a point where it gets crazy, but try to get more of an understanding, see if this person is playing or not. Because you're not gonna know a person attention when you have that conversation with them, right? And I wasn't really on a panel when the guy came up here when family was asking him questions. But my approach when it comes to people, especially people that are not from America and they morely a foreigner to their land, I like to take my time with them and ask them certain direct questions, especially when it evolves in their area. Because 9 times out of 10, a lot of these people get their information off strictly social media. They don't have a American friend that live in their area to actually get information about what is happening over here. You know
Do
what I
you do
mean?
you know why?
So
Do you know why they don't? Because they don't want to have an American friend. If you wanted to have an American friend that could break this down for you, then you would have one, and then that would
right,
change your approach. You wouldn't
right,
approach people like that. That's just like if me and you was to go across seas and we in some foreign place we've never been, we don't know nothing
right.
about the history. Would we go over there telling everybody over there who they are? Or would we
Hell
be,
no.
trying to listen to the people and gather information so we can know how to move and properly be respected because we will respect people's culture.
Right.
See what I'm saying?
That's true. Yeah, but I know our people, we built, see, one thing about us American folks, we built different. You know what I'm saying? We have more of a humble approach when it comes to people outside of us. That's why we're not trying to, cause any type of commotion. But these people are not taught that way. Approach how we've been doing it. The media or just in the atmosphere, period.
Because they're
Oh,
looking for people who fit the narrative that they're trying to discuss with you. When you don't
Right.
fit that narrative, then they don't want to have. See, that's what I'm saying. You're being disingenuous. If you have a narrative that you know or that you think you know, and you have a person who can show you information that overlaps your narrative, and you won't listen to them, what is that saying? You don't want to know.
Right.
You
Right.
don't want the
And that's
information.
so
yeah.
I'm watching wrestling right now.
What?
I'm watching wrestling right now.
A ruffle?
Wrestling.
Oh, you watch WWE?
Yeah.
Oh, me and my man's watching SmackDown.
All right.
SmackDown is running.
Whatever. Africans don't even think we're the same people. I was watching. Y'all know that Cleopatra girl, that girl who recently said, black, that she said women from the South can't dress. Y'all know that woman. That woman.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Cleopatra. Fucking.
Yeah.
What's
So,
that girl name from Bronx?
so yeah. So she used to be friends with Ice Spice.
Ice Spice. Ice
Yeah,
Spice.
Ice
Yep.
Spice had Ice Spice was claiming Nigerian because she took a DNA test, because that's what they tell our people to do, take a DNA test, right? So Ice Spice took one, so she was saying her dad is Nigerian because she took a DNA test. And and Cleopatra was like, you not Nigerian like me. I'm the real Nigerian. I come from that green and that white. I come from money. I'm not a real Nigerian. And all the Nigerians in comments were eating it up. And I'm just like, so you are saying Black Americans aren't African descendant?
Right.
Like, what are you talking about? And then she was saying Ice Spice copies her. Ice Spice is half Black American. She's more authentic to rap than you, because I've seen her rap music. It was trash, and that's not her culture.
Trash.
Talking trash about Ice Spice, but that's actually everybody was eating it up too.
You won't catch me listen to either one of them, but I get you.
Yeah, it don't even matter. Ice Spice is the one who's getting paid for her music, not the Nigerian. So
she is bigger than Cleopatra.
Talking trash, it don't matter. They be talking trash about Sexy Red too. Sexy Red getting paid. Ain't no African getting paid.
Oh, DYT.
Not a mess.
Right.
I'm tired of these people Americanizing. No, giving these credits to all these Africans, saying now, oh, this is an African American thing. This is a Colonial type of thing. Like, what do you mean? None of these Africans are starting to pop up really until later on. So which African was in the Jim Crow era? Please tell me that.
Ice Spice had people calling themselves a munchkin. What do the Nigerian got people doing? Nothing. Nothing.
Nothing. Give me one Burna Boy song that y'all know. I'll wait.
Something.
Quado wanted to speak.
I don't even know who that is.
Yeah, Quado been wanting to say something.
Yeah, I was on the panel, but I went back. I had a call from work, so it's morning here, so I went back.
You had a call from it's morning. What time is it over there?
It's 6:17 here.
6:17.
Yeah.
Dang, 6 in the morning. You had to get up that early?
Yeah, I wake up like 4 o'clock in the morning.
You woke up at 4 o'clock in the morning. You was talking to us?
Yeah.
That was the first thing you wanted to do at 4 a.m.?
Oh no, I have a lot of things to do, but I think times I want to learn about many culture and many people. So when I see people talking like that, I just want to come on and listen to whatever you're saying.
You from?
I'm from Ghana.
Okay. So
what tribe?
He asked me a question in the
Oh,
comment.
he wanted. Okay, go ahead.
So I went to Nigeria. I went to Lagos. I went to Ikorodu. I went to Ogun State. This is my second time going. But I always ask people about the history and their origins. And I only talked to Yorubas while I was there. I guess that's just what was around um, in Yoruba land, the new Yoruba land. But they said that their origins were Saudi Arabia. That's what the people told me.
Okay.
There and some of them were educators. Some of them, they one was a lawyer. So because I know that a lot of times people like to discredit their own people that are telling their origins from there. They say, oh, they're just foolish street talkers or whatever, or they're the uneducated. But these people, they work. One was a lawyer, and one is an educator. She works in the schools for school. She teaches children, and so it's not just regular, everyday, smegular people on the side of the road that I asked. It was just one was a pastor, so that's what they said. They said they came from Saudi Arabia. And as I'm doing some research and I'm finding some things, I actually am finding that more people are speaking on that, and the information is actually out there. So now it's Saudi Arabia, like the Yemen area, things like that. Yeah, and there's other tribes in West Africa that aren't originally from there. When I say originally, I mean that's where they spawned from. They're not from.
Okay. Okay. What I would say about it is, I'm a Ghanaian, and Africa is vast. We have hundreds of tribes and different culture. So I don't know about you,
Four
but
countries and thousands of tribes. I know.
yeah,
54. Yeah.
Africa is 54 countries and a lot of
Yeah.
different tribes,
There
right?
are thousands and thousands and thousands. Yes.
Yeah, okay. So I'm a Ghanaian, so I don't know about what is happening in Nigeria. I don't know about you, but if you ask me anything about an Akan or Ashanti tribe, I think I'll be able to answer you. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
So,
Ask a question.
I have to, the Ashantis are where the I don't know if you know about if you have heard about Mansa Musa, right?
Yeah, I heard of Manson. Yeah.
Yeah. So there were the Ghana Empire from the 4th century, right? So due to wars and transitions, so the Ghana Empire, a war broke out and they divided into two, which were the Shanghai Empire, right?
Yeah, I've heard of them. Yeah.
Yeah, and we revolute from there, and then now we have the Ashanti Empire, which is the Akan people from the recent Bono Empire. But we were not settling in the current place, Kumasi, Ghana. We were removed from Egypt, right?
Yeah. Yep. I've heard that. Yep.
Yeah, we moved from Egypt, then we came to Mali, right?
Mm-hmm.
And right now we are settling in Kumasi.
All right. Cool.
Yeah. So
I had a homie
question.
Hold on one second. I had a homie that was Ashanti. He was telling me that. That's all I know. I be knowing. I be knowing a lot. We be knowing a lot. We be at talking to people about where they folks come from Africa, and there's a lot that come from Arabia.
okay, but I want I
Yemen.
don't know. I don't know about.
Three major wars that the Ghana Empire had to face. Like give me something that have to happen like 100 years ago, 200 years ago, 300 years ago. But can you give me like any major wars that your people had to face with?
Okay, so um, there is one thing it never change: the language, right? The language never.
Not necessarily the language, boss. I'm kind of asking your guys' battles that y'all had to face living in that part of Africa because colonizers is gonna pull up to any part in the world, right? So when I'm asking you about your Pacific area, I'm curious about the battles that your people had to face with. Not necessarily looking for the language, because I would ask you about your people language,
But I'm really asking you about the battles that your people had to take place. Well, had to deal with.
Like the battles that happen in Ghana or during the Ghana
Yeah,
Empire.
like during the Ghana Empire, yeah. Who was like the three major people that your people had to deal with? Like was
I
it like the
think
Portuguese, the Dutch, the
no, no,
French,
no, no, no,
the
no, no,
Germans?
no. That the Portuguese came recently. Yes, um, Gold Coast. That is the recent day Ghana, right? So
Right.
when I talk about the Ghana Empire, that is like the 4th century. There were no colonization that time, right?
You talk about pre-colonial, about before colonial
Yeah,
happened.
yeah.
Okay.
You can put it like that.
Um, do you guys have maps of your people, like maps of your area before the pre-colonial time? Like, are we able to see a map where we can go look into and look at the name that was once there and stuff like that?
What I will tell you is the Ashanti tribe is one of the most preserved. We don't normally um, put information out there, and this is one thing that is not helping, right? There are some things you need to come. You have to visit Ghana and go to the
I
museum.
got somewhere in a museum or held at your, embassy, your government places. Like, do y'all have anything from pre-colonialism before the white tea people got on y'all land and did what they did? Do y'all have
Yeah,
anything? They ask you to show it.
yeah, we have the Ashanti Museum in Kumasi. It dates goes back from the 13th century.
Again, boss. I'm sorry. I want to look that up.
The Ashanti Museum in Menchia Palace, Kumasi.
Museum. Is it
Yeah.
for free? Can we go? Gotta go on there for free? 'Cause
No, I don't think you find out on Google, but um, I don't know if I can get
is it called the
pictures.
Manhaya Palace? Is it
The Menchia
Hyia?
Menchia. Yeah, Menchia Palace
Okay,
Museum.
okay.
Yeah. So I think I was here before, and I think Nikki had disagreement with me because I was trying to say something, and I didn't the right word didn't come out because I'm trying hard to speak English because I don't speak English. I speak Chi, but I'm trying so hard to speak it, right? So there are some words that may come out in a different way, maybe you know how I mean it, but because I'm trying to say it, that's how you hear it.
You okay, sir? You don't have to speak in a certain type of language or speak English and other languages. We accept all type of dialects and
Okay.
how to go.
Yeah. Yeah. I think it didn't came up well because I say anybody. What I was saying is I don't think we should force or somebody should force me to be whatever I don't want to be. I think it's time that we are all we have the eyes, we have the mind to read, and since we can read and write, we don't need somebody to tell us who we are. We can just find out. Their history.
Well,
Oh man.
Yeah,
I was gonna ask you this, boss. So Ghana.
I'm not gonna
today
lie.
Ghana is in West Africa, correct?
Yeah, Ghana is in the West Africa.
Go ahead, boss.
Okay, so I think we can read for ourselves, and we don't need anybody to tell us where we are from.
Thank you. David, you wanted to say something, family?
So I'm not gonna lie. Can we wrap this up? Dialogue with him up. I'm trying not to fall asleep.
So if
No, I
anybody
was
has
gonna say
anything
this.
to ask me,
No, I was gonna say this. So, main reason why I said Ghana was in West Africa because when you mentioned about the Ghana Empire was further up in northern Africa, so like where the Moroccan
yeah,
area
yeah,
is in that
I was
area, right?
yeah, I was saying
And
that
I only said that because hold on, family. I only said that because for starters, you can definitely find maps of especially during the 1600s of the Europeans traveling into North Africa, but they really haven't really traveled further down to the west or south. They really traveled from the north and further east, like where Ethiopia is, where Sudan, South Sudan, probably like Somalia area, right? Because you're talking about Saudi Arabia, and that whole area is like across the street from Saudi
I don't
Arabia,
think
right?
I said something about Saudi Arabia. No.
I know you didn't, but I mentioned it though. I'm only mentioning that because of the influence of in the time period that we were talking about. So the Ghana Empire had a lot to deal with, the Ottoman Empire that was also happening. A lot of people from
Yeah,
Europe
so
and the Middle East coming there.
the Ghana Empire, because we were forced, to follow whatever the Arabians were saying when they first came to the north side of Africa, and our culture was different. So we moved. That was what started the fight between us and them. Then we moved from the Ghana Empire because our practices and our way of living were different. So they tried to conquer all the people around us, but we were still different. So there were few of us. So we need to move. Then
I
we
don't even know
move
what the topic is anywhere. I've checked out a long time ago. Like,
yeah.
Well,
this
we
ain't
kind of getting,
about.
I was.
It just yeah, it's just going all over the place. I'm getting bored. And like no disrespect, but yeah, like I want to move the topic forward. Like
Yeah. So
I think was kind of getting somewhere because if we talk about Africa, right, and especially when it pertains to the problem that you have, folks, about the Black Americans, what are Black Americans, West Central Africans, right? This have to play a lot when it comes to pre-colonial time period because I'm asking him a certain question that has to do with the Ghana Empire, right? And the Ghana Empire was sitting in where Mali is today in Morocco.
yeah,
So
yeah.
when you're talking about a lot of influence that the European did in North Africa, you can also see how the Europeans made their way over from not just North Africa into the Americas as well. And then also we talk about a lot of heavy mixtures that was taking place in North Africa, along with the people that was already in North Africa as well. So majority of the people in Africa today are heavily influenced, not influenced, heavily mixed with people from the Middle East and Europe and aligning with Americans that was been brought from America over to Africa.
That's why I'm telling you that we were the ones who were not part of it because we never liked it, and our way of living were different. So they fight us. We
everybody.
had a fight with them at that
Yeah,
moment.
yeah,
And
yeah.
move
Can,
from
can we just wrap this up, yo? People get like trying to wrap this up. Like
yeah,
people,
and
the
we move from
chat's
there.
the chat's not feeling it. Like I'm not feeling it. Like I'm trying to
No.
wrap this conference, like wrap it up. Like I'm no, we're moving
So
on, moving on. No thanks.
okay.
I have a question.
Okay.
Since they claimed that we was African American, right? And they knew that we was from Africa. They knew that we was descendants of the stolen people. During the certain type of eras during Jim Crow and the civil rights movement, why was there no sanctions put in place from Africa, or there was no retaliation done, knowing that the descendants was over here being unalived again? We was not saying no aid from Africa. We was not saying no help, no aid, no money, no assistance with those battles. So why y'all didn't come help us during those times? Because our parents and our grandparents and great grandparents suffered a whole lot during those times.
Okay. I'll say something. Let me go back a little bit. When the slavery happened, Africa were like in Ghana, for instance, we were very affected. So when our brothers and sisters who were captured and sent to Europe and America were suffering, we were going through the same thing. And look, I want to say this: the slave trade were a planned thing. It's not something like it was a mistake for Europeans to come to Ghana or Africa. They planned it and did it. So the time that our brothers and sisters were suffering in America and Europe, we were going through the same thing. And the one thing that is happening that people don't know is nobody were able to come back from Europe or America to tell us what is happening. Look, on 1804, the Ashanti king gave two of his nephew to a king in Netherlands to go and learn. When they went there, they put them into slavery. They never had a chance to.
Yeah, hey host, can I say something?
Anybody but this dude, please.
Okay, so
I don't know how I'm trying to be nice. And I'm not trying to be disrespectful because I know English isn't your first language. But golly, man. Go ahead.
Okay.
Go ahead.
So I was on another panel, and we was having this type of discussion, And one of the questions that was asked to a couple of people from Africa was, where did y'all hear about the American slave trade thing that happened? Where did y'all hear about the transatlantic slave trade? They said we never knew anything about it. They said
Yeah,
the first time they ever heard the story is when they came to America.
Why am I?
So I don't know why people have this narrative that you know that somebody knew what was going on and all of this. No, no one knew anything because the story is not real.
yeah, because I will side with you because anytime when a panel with
Please, we got a point. No, I'm not trying to be bored to death on my goddamn live stream. Not today's not the night. Like it's not the night. Clearly, like tonight is not the night. For like I can tolerate. Like I don't have the patience right now. I'm tired. Like I'm trying not to fall asleep on my like goddamn live. It's not the night. Like if this was another night, fine. I'd let it rock. But no, I'm not trying to be slow, long talking. No, I don't care who where. Like I don't care who from where. Last night it was different. I let an elder speak, and she spoke slow too and eloquently, but she was dropping a lot of gems. I let her drop. Like come on, man. Like we gotta. People want to watch this too. The live is dropping off. Like
Okay,
we gotta be
damn. Okay.
we gotta be honest. Like golly.
I just want to show Bree something. Oh my goodness, again, bruh. You know what?
Hold on, let me shrink myself.
I don't know how to keep doing that.
I don't know either.
Okay, I just want to show Bree in the comments talking about he's a Nigerian because he took a DNA test. He took an ancestry test. She is not Nigerian. And then they were saying he took a DNA test because Cleo came on live and tried to say he looks Latino, not black. And I got a picture of him. Let me see if I can find a picture of him. He do not look like no pale skin Latino. Like what?
Y'all talking about Ice Spice.
She was like, this man doesn't. I seen her dad. He doesn't look black. He looks Latino. And this is why Mud Hut Warrior should not be speaking on what black looks like. Like what is going on here? What Latino looks like this? If this man was put in Latin America, they would be calling him an Afro Latino. What is you talking about? Just lying Nigerians, I guess. But yeah, you can shrink me now. Gosh, shrink myself. Ridiculous.
Hey, what's that?
Yeah.
Who coming for? Who the police coming for?
Yeah, my dad looks Latino too, and my dad's not Latino at all.
He said nobody came left came right. But I was going to drop down now. But
Okay, so and I'm so proud of our people right now because we're doing things that people not used to us doing. Like we're gatekeeping all of our history. We're gatekeeping all of our culture now, and people don't know what to do. They're used to us just eating popcorn and watching and being clapping and smiling and cheesing, and we ain't doing it no more. We got the referee whistles. We walking around with the stuff on. We telling people, no, you don't sit right there. You sit over there. Yeah, we got the whole thing going, and people can't stand it. They would rather us be smiling, dancing, laughing, and friendly, and got ta 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 ta, and everybody come have fun with us. But we're not doing that no more. because we fed up. We've had enough. We have had enough.
I want to come up here. She
You
said,
know,
right. Yeah, she said African aid was blocked by the U.S. Or what? Oh, wow, they skated by. Want to hear that?
Okay. Mhm. It was offered.
I know. What's his name? Gaddafi offered like like $1 million or something like that, like $1 billion. I don't know. That was blocked by the U.S. I'll come up when I'm home. I'm on the road. I don't even know how much longer I'm gonna be alive. I'm not gonna lie. Yeah, Gaddafi was gonna send it to the Nation of Islam. It was blocked. Yeah, Gaddafi tried.
but was that going to come to people who are not Islamic?
Right.
You get what
That's
I'm saying? Like
right.
everything has a catch to it. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, because
So
like, yeah, who knows? That could, yeah, who knows how that would have been distributed if it was going to the Nation of Islam.
I'm proud of us, man. I'm proud of the way all of us are standing up, and we're not letting any tactics in the, oh, you guys are, being y'all are being R's right now, and all this, and oh, what's wrong? Y'all should want everybody to get along, and everybody's human. And they try to hit you with this sympathy stuff, and ain't none of it working. Then they try to hit you with religion. That ain't working no more. Then they try to hit you with, sympathy and humanitarian and all this, and none of it is working anymore on our people. And folks don't know how to take it. They just don't know how to take it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And that's why I don't show them nothing. They come on here, show me this, show me that. I'm sorry. That's like me coming into your house saying, hey, I'm finna walk in your room, take my shoes off, and get in your bed with my clothes on, nasty and dirty.
Right.
Like, no, I don't have any authority in your house. This is our house. Who has authority to come over here and tell us to show them anything?
Mm-hmm.
Easy thing is like they'll start asking you to show sources or evidence or whatever, and even when you do, and despite what you're showing them, they still sit there and like try to refute the evidence in front of them.
Because they too lazy to do the research themselves, to not just put something in Google and say, "Oh, this is what it brought up." Do some deep dive and research. Read some books, and don't come up here with a 2-second knowledge of a people that's been here longer than your country existed on a map. I'm just saying, like, it don't make sense. They be bold with it.
Like I don't know if anyone on here is familiar with like J History or Gummy Slavi, but
Oh,
showed them a peer-reviewed article from
it's
13,
funny.
14 geneticists because they kept telling me like, oh, do a DNA test, do a DNA test. And I'm like, okay, well, let me show you what
These are
geneticists say
paid
about
lobbyists. Don't
DNA
waste your
tests.
time.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he's not. Yeah, he's
yeah, I
not
don't even
like.
go over there no more.
Yeah, he tried to argue me with source, right? I told him. I showed him the source. Like, hey, how did I showed him the John Kickertan court record. Like, how did a Negro get the tribe of Indian? They could never answer that shit. How did a Negro get the name of a tribe over here? Kickertan. Kickertan is a band of the Paladin. Right? He came back with a fucking Dawes Road record.
Be mindful. When I got into it with him, I was able to ask him, was he from here? Did he live here? He is an African that has
Yeah,
never
Mandinka.
been
He's
to
Mandinka.
America.
Yeah, he's Mandinka. I told him he's from Arabia.
He's never even touched American soil. So why would we ever entertain a real life foreigner that don't even have enough money to even touch these lands? But if you notice, he has a nice Black American man costume. You know, he has the twisties and the Nike tag, and he like to use Black American terms that we used to call people. Like here in Chicago, we call motherfuckers goofies. I've
Mm-hmm.
never heard an African say, "Oh yeah, you are a goofy." I've never heard them say that. That my people say that.
Where is he learning this from?
Oh, this
How
is
he doing? He just talking about hot topics because he trying to get money. He's a paid lobbyist.
Oh, come up here, Perrin. You made a video. Oh yeah, this dude slid in here. I made a video making fun of him. Oh man, part 15 on the boy. He said Black Americans need to stop claiming to be Native Americans. Like, slide up here. No, I think he said African Americans need to stop claiming to be indigenous. I'm not indigenous. Well, come up here. Did you want to make videos about us? Goofy is a word in the English dictionary, bro. But y'all don't be using it like people in Chicago do back at home. So, the original people playing it simple.
Man, they know that.
Why y'all be so obtuse, yo? Y'all be disingenuous, obtuse. Y'all be all everything. Not true. Come up. Well, come up here. We're like, why? What you
They
hiding
be
from?
doing it on purpose, but the gas they be blowing out their mouth, that shit smell, it don't be lighting.
Like, tell us why we should stop claiming to be indigenous. It's not slang. You can say that's their whole world. Learn it when it's on the dictionary. All I said was that black. What? All I said was that black. All I said was that black. What? Darvin, tell us if you.
Great, we all know it's in a dictionary, but you know how things happen where they become trends and that trend actually becomes culture.
Americans are not indigenous. What would Americans be?
It comes from here. It was popularized here in Chicago. It has its own term.
What you want to type? Why do you want to just type it? Dark tell sis there's actually an African guy that had a channel on TikTok where he teaches others how to talk like an American Negro. Oh yeah, I know about that dude. Well, I've never seen a video of his, but I know I've heard of him.
I've seen the clip of him, but I think, why do y'all want to talk like us? Y'all always say we don't have a language. Why do y'all want to talk like us?
Right. Wow.
And you notice when you get into it with a lot of people, he's a wise a woods talk and a wheeze, but we don't talk like that, gang. Y'all know that, right? Like we don't. Nobody's ever talk like that.
Why did you claim the word walking? People don't use walking as slang. We just use it as a regular everyday vernacular. Did you know the British dictionary exists? Yes, there's plenty of different dictionaries around the goddamn world. It's like, what are you talking about?
Walking. What is she talking about?
Like,
Yes.
Walking. Yeah, we're gonna claim walking.
Do you know that when we say walking, we do not we don't enunciate the G at the end. We say walking, no G at the end.
They use goofy so many times. Yeah, because y'all be goofy. Goddamn Buford.
The British as well as the English as well as all the rest of all the people dictionary. You know, they got to keep up on our slang to make sure they can understand us, so we can't be talking and coding.
Bling bling. They really added bling bling to the fucking dictionary.
What's that word T.I. made up? They added.
Yeah, expeditiously.
Expeditiously. They added Jim Jones' mother word physicotic to the dictionary. Do you know that we have our own dictionary? They've just now blended more of our words into the regular dictionary everybody uses, but at first we had our own dictionary.
He finally came up here. What's up?
What's the deal, bro?
What's going on?
Not much, man. I just hopped on TikTok and I just seen your live. I didn't even click on your profile or anything like that. I just hopped on TikTok and I seen your live.
Oh yeah, for sure. My family.
Yeah.
You said Black Americans ain't indigenous.
Well, I'm saying I'm not indigenous. That's what I'm saying. I'm not speaking for every Black American. I know, like you see my video, you might have took it the wrong way, but what I was saying was that I don't think I'm indigenous. Is what I'm saying.
And why'd you say I wasn't indigenous?
Huh?
You call me like you ain't indigenous.
Well, that's just what I think. I think that I'm not indigenous, and then, in my opinion, I think that most Black Americans are not indigenous. That's what I believe.
Most? Most of us?
I never said I know most of you guys.
Well, shit, how you know we're not
I'll
indigenous?
read off of facts and
Okay, so what's the proof that you guys are all indigenous? What's the proof?
Who said all? Like, ain't nobody say I can
I
prove
did
that
my
I'm indigenous.
Hey, look, check this out. I did my genealogy, and I was able to
How far
trace my genealogy back to the 1400s.
Where?
Guess what?
1400s where?
The 1400s, bro. I was
Where?
able to trace my genealogy back to the 1400s, and it went
To
back
where?
Oh, where?
to white people in Europe.
In Europe, where they come? Where they go to?
So I'm not indigenous, bro.
No, where did they go to? Where did they come from? What country?
Europe, bro. I literally said Europe.
Is Europe a country?
It's not. No,
It's Europe. What country? England, Ireland, Scotland?
Like Wales, Scotland, shit like that.
Okay, and what state did they go to?
Like Virginia or something like that. But
Virginia. What part of Virginia?
I don't know, man. All I'm saying
What's
is
the last? What's one? Give me a surname. Give me a surname. Give me a surname. Give me a surname.
A surname? How would I know
Yeah,
a surname? All I said was I was able
that went to that went. Yeah,
1400s.
yeah. Which European that you trace back in the 14? What surname?
What you mean? What's their name?
What surname? What last name did they have?
I don't remember, bro.
You don't remember? What? It's your tree. How do you not remember your tree?
I said I don't remember it. I don't.
Oh, brother.
I'll be real with you. I don't remember it. All I said was that I traced my shit back to the 1400s, bro.
And Wales got they married Indians.
I found indigenous people inside my genealogy too.
Oh, which one?
What
tribe?
This says something about I think it said Cherokee or something like that. Yeah, I believe. Yeah.
The Cherokee.
Third person.
Moitoy.
You said what?
Moitoy Salagi. Which one?
Yeah, something like that.
They were Moitoy.
I found many indigenous people inside my genealogy.
Wait, you just said you're not indigenous. 2 seconds. You're the third person who has no. You were the third person who has done this today. Hold on. You were the third indigenous DNA. You were not indigenous. Your own words out your own mouth. Then the next words out your mouth is that you have indigenous ancestors. I am tired of you liars coming up here contradicting yourselves. Either you're indigenous or you're not. You just said you weren't indigenous. What is wrong with you?
Wait, hold on, let me get back.
This man's trolling.
All right, come on, hold on, one sec. You said you found many. Did you find any Africans?
He's trolling. You have to unmute yourself.
Yeah, did you find any Africans?
So y'all don't know how to unmute yourself, but you know how to talk trash. You know what?
No, use at this point.
Yeah, he said I got many. I was like many means many. Like that's more than a handful, right?
Listen to what I'm saying, man.
Uh-huh.
Okay, so I found that stuff inside my genealogy. Just because you find indigenous people inside your genealogy does not mean you're indigenous to this land.
Then what else are you? Then what else would you be?
What would I be?
Did you find the? Hold on, I got this.
I'm a Black American with African ancestry.
Did you find the Africans in your genealogy?
Huh?
Did you find the Africans in your genealogy?
Most African Americans cannot find that inside their genealogy.
You said you got folks. Hold on 1 second. You said you got folks in Virginia, right?
Yeah.
I can name you.
My family is Gullah Geechee from South Carolina, bro.
Okay, so what? Oh, you can actually, since you're talking about Charleston, right? You can go on the different ports in Charleston and find bills of sales.
Okay.
Yeah, Charleston, since that was a port, you can find bill of sales from there. You can find bill of sales in what other county? Barnwell, South Carolina.
Okay.
Yeah, they have many different records. I know someone that found a bill of sale in South Carolina. of a Nubian in South Carolina, of a Nubian coming off a ship.
Okay.
Yeah, you can. You say you Gullah Geechee, you can find them folk. If you Gullah Geechee in Charleston,
I said my family is Gullah Geechee from South Carolina.
Okay, Gullah Geechee in South.
I was born inside Michigan.
More inside Michigan, your folks Gullah. And guess what? You want to know what's interesting about Charleston? They sent more people out of Charleston than into Charleston.
Okay.
Yeah, I seen the historical. Somebody sent me the historical marker brought in.
All right.
I'm currently in
That
South
doesn't
Carolina,
that type of
and every
information
time I
doesn't fit
visit,
the out of Africa theory.
every
That's why
time I
it's
visit
easy to ignore.
libraries in South Carolina, I moved up here last year. Every time I visit libraries, there are tons of accounts of explorers that found dark-skinned, woolly-haired people here.
But you said you can't, folks. I'm like, folks can find Africans. Folks can find Africans. I found Africans for people. You're the descendant of the punch. You're a bunch. You got punches in your tree. Guess what? They just said from John Punch, the first person that was sentenced to a lifetime of indentured servitude, what we call enslavement. Like, come on, bro. Like, I even be giving people names of African, like surnames of people of African descent. The goddamn Gowans, the goddamn Sweats, Cornishes.
Okay, so let me ask you this, man. So, I did my genealogy, and like I said, I was able to trace it back to the 1400s. Yeah. And I'll be real with you, you know what I'm saying? Because, like, I'm not a lying-ass motherfucker. I'll be real. I didn't see no Africans inside my genealogy. So,
for sure.
Since I didn't see no Africans inside my genealogy, that means I don't have African ancestors.
You might not. I'm not saying you not. I'm not saying you don't, but you might not. It's a big chance you might not. Because they documented Africans that came over here. You're more likely in some cases you're more likely to find an African than the goddamn Indian.
I mean,
because Indians weren't documented like that.
I know you guys don't believe in DNA testing, but when I did my ancestry, I found a few African cousins, but
how many generations back?
It was like a fourth, or a third, or fourth cousin, or something like that.
Third or fourth cousin.
Yeah, that's what they say.
Part.
What you mean? What part?
What country in Africa?
Nigeria.
You match with people in Nigeria? They had Nigerian names?
Yeah. So one of the persons they said I matched with was my fourth cousin. Yeah, he had it said he was 100% Nigerian. He had a Nigerian name.
Oh, that's a fourth cousin. So that's like, look, Grant, that'd be a third great grandparent. Right. So you got a third great grandparent from Nigeria?
Shit, not that I know of, man. Shit. That's what it says on the app, according to the app. So shit, I don't know, but I know it is spot on, like with finding like relatives and stuff like that. It is spot on with that, yeah.
All right, well shit, you match with it. All right. You got some African ancestry. All right, cool.
I mean, shit. Why wouldn't we?
I did it, and I don't have no African cousin. I ain't matching nobody over there.
You took ancestry test too?
Yes.
You didn't find what did it say your stuff was, bro?
I don't know, mostly Nigerian.
See that? Yeah, that's what they say. Most black.
But I've done my genealogy, sir.
Yeah,
I'm back past. I'm in the 1400s in America.
Q, can I ask you what company you use?
I went to Ancestry.com. That's the company I went through.
Okay. Yeah, he actually cousin matched with African, but I haven't. I ain't cousin matched with no African.
Well, I have, I mean, as far as
the African you matched with.
So I'm sorry, I just want to say one thing, Lavender, because I'm sick of typing. You keep trying to say that you stuck on this whole dictionary thing based off the word goofy.
Okay.
We didn't ever say we invented the word goofy. I don't know who you heard say it. It comes from the word goof from the English dialect. It's still not credited to any African country. And we say goofy or originated the word goofy over here, popularized it, as you like to say, because we didn't make it. It was based off of a Disney character named Goofy, who was a clown with his actions. He was, very clumsy, very whimsical, didn't have common sense. Like, I don't know why I'm stuck on this because I've told you over and over that our words have been added to the dictionary in almost every dictionary. And this year they are releasing the Oxford Dictionary of African American English. We're getting our own Oxford Dictionary.
Oh wow. Wow, dang, who TV is that?
Oh shit, that's my TV. My fault, bro.
Yeah, we been past that. I've been said that we didn't create the word goofy, but we popularized it. I've been said that.
Woo. Man.
Y'all wasn't saying it. That's why I'm like, you've been typing so much. I hate texting. We've been typing so much about this word goofy. No one up here said we invented the word goofy. We popularized it and we coined the term. And it actually, if you want to put it in a way, if somebody from Chicago call you a goofy ass nigga, you a goofy ass. Don't think we talking about Goofy from the Mickey Mouse cartoon. We can explain what a goofy is. And it don't mean the same shit. That's the point that I'm trying to say.
Yeah,
and people have learned that about us. That doesn't mean like you're a hee hee ha ha type of clown. That like it means something completely different. You say you behave, I'll be like, yo, stay away from her. That bitch is a goofy. I don't got an internet search for that. You know why? Because it's culture. It's something that the people here in Chicago.
If we call you on the West Coast, if we call you a weirdo, that shit ain't cool. You know what I'm saying? It's completely different than someone just say, "Oh, you just weird or whatever." But if we call you a weirdo, that's like goofy in Chicago.
This girl was saying, I don't know what her fight was about, trying to say that we didn't invent the word goofy when no one said we did. And I wanted her to understand that the character Goofy, the word was introduced to our people by the character Goofy in the 1920s. Now, somebody took that, like she said, and made it a whole different meaning when describing a certain type of person that you might run into.
But see, this is what I was saying about our culture. Our culture is so advanced; it's always changing, and people try their darndest to keep up with us, but they can't keep up with us. So that's why by the time we are through using a word, everybody else to start using it, we don't even care that much for it no more. We done moved on to something new. We on to something else. And people don't understand our culture because they think they hear a word and they say a word and they seem like it's accepted when they used it. Oh, I got it now. No, you don't have it. It's got to be in you, not on you.
Stop using a word, we start using it again. We starting to use swag again. I seen y'all trying to
give it a whole nother definition.
I seen y'all trying to make swag come back after you seen us start using it again. Just obsessed.
Man, I got that swag.
So this is the ill shit about our AAVE or whatever you want to call it, right? So words, we might have slang words that was used early 1900s, from the 40s, the 50s, the 60s, 70s, 80s, 90s, all the way up, right, 2000. And people would have, those would mean one thing in one era as slang, and turn around 50 years later, people use the same exact word, but it'll mean something different. So I'm going to give you an example, right? So you know what people mean when they say cap, right? I mean,
Yeah.
people bullshit, lying, flexing, whatever, right? That's what it means now, right? So if you go back to like the 90s, right? The mid 90s, early 2000s, cap actually meant getting head. Listen, if you listen to old rap music like Memphis rap and shit, cap actually meant getting head. So it's funny how people repurpose slang words in the first place. Crazy.
Just look how they say goon. We already know what goon meant back in the day, and someone say goon now, oh, you a goon. I mean, something completely
My
different.
thing is my thing is when people redefine certain terms that really shouldn't be redefined, right? My issue is when people redefine snitch. Like that's one word
They
that should
redefining
never be
snitch.
redefined. You get Yeah, they redefine. Like, okay, so when I say redefine, right, a snitch in general just means you a tattletale. That's what a snitch means. Like, if you was
Yeah.
like, let's say you was born 80s, some shit, 70s, 90s, whatever. Like when people say you snitch, stop snitching on your brother, stop snitch. That means you stop tattletaling, right? No
Yeah.
matter what, it had no definition whether you was in the streets or none of that shit mattered. It was strictly if you telling, you snitching. Then over when niggas start going to prison and getting locked up and shit, they start redefining what snitching actually means. So now niggas will argue, oh, well, if you ain't in any type of criminal activity and you tell, you ain't snitching. No, nigga, you still snitching. You know, it's just, people redefine shit.
What you talking about? Because I wasn't even allowed to say the word snitch growing up. So I had to say tattletale. I couldn't say snitch. You get popped in the mouth for saying that. So
Mm.
Yeah, mainly well, for my generation,
Our
I was
community
born in
ain't cool.
I was born in '86.
Go ahead, my brother. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I was saying I was born in '86, and we didn't say it around grown people, but we did say it amongst each other though. Like we were like, I'll smack somebody quick for doing that, especially my little cousin. Like, "Nigga, you don't do that snitching around here, But yeah, we didn't say it around adults though.
Who's that? Ross P.
that term that term's been in our culture, you get what I'm saying, for so long, and you got to watch how people repurpose the terms for what they meant in our culture, especially when things have a historical acclimate to it. There's a reason why the word snitch was very important, at least the Black American community. It's because in reality you had police officers trying to confuse kids, get from police, from child protection services, all these different organizations who were trying to peel off the Black community for a check. You get what I'm saying? Whether it's adoption, being foster kids, having kids in the system. So the Black community in general have a clear understanding on snitching for many different ways. It ain't even just those few. I mean, it's a lot of things, but there's a reason why it was there. The historical context of it is very important, especially when it comes from our culture, and then other people start repurposing it like that shit is something from their shit. It's like, nah, nigga, y'all whole culture is snitches.
Oh man. But yeah, I'm about to wrap this live up, y'all. Is yeah, man. Yeah, no problem. Hell yeah. I
You
got a
found some
what
West
like
Central
Appreciate you, host.
African?
Thank you for letting me come up.
yeah, no problem. But nah, I ain't found no West Central African. Hell no. But yeah, you already know how we gotta end this in fashion. We gotta end this in fashion. We gotta end with a song. Happy Mother's Day. Um,
Thank you for having us up.
yeah, no problem. All right. Let me clear the stage. Tell you about to end with a song. Music video is dropping later. Let me go to where am I at? Where's my account at? David Osiris. Oh my gosh, dude, really? All right, cool. We got in with
From Africa, nigga. You're from
thank you.
Africa, nigga. You're from Africa, nigga.
Yeah, I gotta flex the metal too.
You're from Africa, nigga. Like it or not, you're from Africa, nigga. Just look at your features. I can find 10 of you in Nigeria. You're not from America, we ain't hearing ya. You look like an Igbo. Your native DNA's most likely zero. They took you from the motherland. Now you think you're from another land. You're from Africa, nigga. You're from Africa, nigga. You're from Africa, nigga.
I got a BJJ medal, bronze.
You were enslaved by the white man. Your names came from the white man. Your culture is of the white man. You can't breathe without the white man. We work better with the white man. Making money with the white man. You know we love the white man. Oh, the white man. Why can't you get a job, nigga? You get killed by cops, nigga. Pull up your pants, nigga. Go to school, nigga. You're from Africa, nigga. You're from Africa, nigga. You're from Africa, nigga. You're from Africa, nigga.
And you know, I gotta play the first smash hit. Gotta play the first smash hit.
You're a white boy, you're a pretending. 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 Why won't you take a DNA test? Show us your blood quantum, even though it's racist. Why don't you speak your native language? Your ancestors came on slave ships. I'm a 23andMe disciple. Skip Gates is my idol. The test is better than the Bible. Just say you're African before I bite you. You're a white, you're a pretending. 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 Your grandma lied about her long silky hair. You're 20% white, so that's all I got in there. 7% Nigerian, but you don't even care. Admit that you're from Africa and stop being scared. Show your results so we can see that you're a spit kid Bantu just like me. You're a white, you're a pretending. You're a white, you're a pretending.
Oh,